Hello, everyone. Sorry about being a little bit late. My sound was just not coming through. Hopefully it is coming through. Please let me know if you can hear me, because now I'm worried that you can't. I'm pretty sure you can, but you know, you never know with live streaming. It just, every day, it's something always wrong. Just every single time, it's pretty much different. But let me know if you can see me and you can hear me. It sure seems like you can. Thank you for being a little bit patient with me. You know, sound stuff and live streaming, hilarious, classic combination, you know. Just you wake up one day and all your sound is gone out of your streaming software just cause. I recently, at my home computer, my streaming software, which is where I use to, like if I need to capture a clip from one of like our videos or something like that, I'll just capture it through OBS, which is our streaming software, and OBS decided to revert where saved videos go and revert it back to like its old like file format. And all this stuff just reverted back to what it used to be, which is terrible, because then I had to go find them and then convert all of those into the right file format so I could actually use them in a video. It was a nightmare. Basically what I'm getting at, streaming is hard. I am feeling better, Fran. Thank you so much. What's up, Shem? Hello, Shemmy. Shem, what time is it there, Shem? No, it can't be. It's like late, isn't it? What time is it? I don't understand Australia or New Zealand time at all. Oceania confuses me. Hello, everybody. We are going to be playing a solo playthrough of Scholars of the South Tigris, which is sponsored by Garfield Games. Thank you so much, Garfield. Oh, I didn't put these out. You're silly, Nick. Forgot. Can hear you a little quiet, but nothing a volume change can't fix. Okay, I'll max up my volume here. Maybe I'll turn my volume a little bit. I try not to mess with this too much, because we'll go up to like there. And if it's still a little quiet, I'd say just turn your volume up. But hopefully that's slightly better. Okay. It's 6:30 a.m. Wrong. Incorrect. Why? Why? Why are you awake? Why are you alive? I forgot I need to put these out. But yeah, it's been an okay morning. But I hope everyone is doing good. I am feeling quite a bit better after this stream and after a day of work here. Tomorrow morning, I'll be heading out to Dice Tower West. So if anyone's going to be there, make sure to say hey. Okay, I'm just getting my starting stuff here. I chose this starting translator right here. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we're going to do is we're playing the solo of Scholars of the South Tigris. And this will be my first time playing. I've read the rulebook a couple times, but this will be my first time playing it. So I may have to reference a couple things. Shem's also in chat. I'm sure Shem's busy. But they also come with these lovely little player aids for the solo game, which are very brief, but quite good at the same time. We're going to go bam. For this initial bump, do I get this? I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Okay. Blam. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to teach the solo game. One, because it'll get it even more so in my head. And then you can learn it as well. So I will say, if you have played Wayfarers of the South Tigris, you played Wayfarers solo, there are some similarities to that, and particularly in the way that these scheme cards work. There are some similarities. So if you've played Wayfarers of the South Tigris, there will be certain things that kind of work, and you'll be like, oh, okay, cool. You do. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Sham. Couldn't remember. I was like, do I get that right now? Because I would like to. I'll start with 2 gold. Let's go. So there's some similarities in terms of how these things work. So again, this is the solo board right here. Oh, actually, I just realized I need to double check, and we can actually go over this together. So on the back of the solo board is all the difficulties for the solo. So, do the blames only come with the solo game? Oh, do the blams? Blams come a lot more with solo games. I was soloing Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition yesterday on Gen Con's stream, because Mike and I stream for Gen Con. over on Twitch, and I was blamming every second, like just blam, blam. I don't know, for some reason when it's one of us alone, particularly me alone, I blam way more often. So there's probably gonna be a lot of blams. So just let you know, fam. If anyone starts a blam count in chat, let me know. So you can have 4 different difficulties essentially. So you have level 1 student, which basically means it's going to show like kind of where they start. So like no influence in guilds, no influence on scroll cards, no gold on neutral translators, no starting scrolls, and their starting dice sum is -2. I think we're going to do scribe. I'm definitely not going to do teacher or scholar because I don't think I'm good at this game at all, and Garfield solos tend to be kind of tough, and so we're going to go with scribe here. So there'll be no influence in guilds, no influence on scroll cards, no gold on neutral translators. They will get a starting Persian scroll, and their starting dice sum will be 0. And so we get over here, you can see they start having some influence in some of the guilds. Some gold starts on some of the neutral translators, which means they might be able to retire them easier. They start with a higher dice sum than scholar. They're basically getting a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to go ahead and choose novice, which basically means their starting dice sum is going to be 0, and they're going to start with a Persian scroll. So let's go ahead and flip-flop that back over. And they're just going to get a rando majando scroll here, because what's on this side of their scrolls doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that it is a scroll. And you can see they have the different 6 languages up here, and they had a Persian scroll. So then this is basically just going to get slotted right here under Persian. So boom. So now they have a Persian scroll. So no matter what's on this side, this one happens to be Hebrew, doesn't matter. This is a Persian scroll for them. So whenever it says they're getting a scroll of a certain language, they're just going to be getting them and putting them face down above those languages there. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Sir? Sorry, let's get my 4 dice to start with. I just realized that. Blam. Oh, lovely. A new one was coming. Let's go. Okay, so let's quickly talk about how they work. So that's a little bit of how they work. You will notice that this kind of constant moving around, like this is very common in Garfield. What's up, Hand Pants? What's up, Gino? Looks like another winner from Shem. Love Wayfarers. Yeah, it's Scholars and Wayfarers are both absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. So this kind of resource track is moving around here. The AI, the bot, the scheme, this little schemer right here, will never get gold, will never also get coins. Whenever they get coins, they will always just move this along. That's very much like how it is, I believe, in like Paladins, very much how it is in Wayfarers. So whenever they're getting silver, they will just move along this track. When they get to the end, they will swing back around, and they'll get one of these kind of bonuses right here. And then it'll come back here, and it'll just keep going around and around and around and around and around. So their solo works. So actually, they're going to start right here in the middle of the dice sum area. And that's going to determine essentially their dice sum, how many color die they have over white die, so that you can score that in a 2-player game here. So we're playing against the AI. The AI can win, which is always a good thing. If you're going to have like a robust AI, I want the AI to be able to win. Don't have like an ongoing AI and then also have it beat your own score. Don't do that. Have them win. What brand of dice sleeves are you using? I am using the Dice-O-Matic 426, which are way better than 425s. 425s are really bad. I love the Paladin Soul System. Yeah, it's real robust. So how it's going to work is on their turn. You're going to take the first turn. Our stuff, by the way, is going to be exactly the same. We're not playing any differently. We're going to play our normal Scholars game. You're probably going to see some mediocre Scholars play because I'm just not great at this game. But after us, they are going to go and take their turn. So what's going to happen when they take their turn, this is a lot like Wayfarers, is they're going to draw out a scheme card. And these also look a lot like the Wayfarers ones, where they're going to have a blue or a red top. They're going to have a blue or a red top. The number here at the top, the silver amount, that's going to move their marker here. Boom, boom, moving it around. So they're constantly moving around this through that. And then their scheme cards are going to be as such. The colored part at top, either blue or red, they will do that action unless they're not able to. If they're not able to, then they'll do the bottom action. But they'll only do the bottom action if they can't do this one. They'll never, ever do both. It said, I love this with two, I lost the 2 points last time. It's very challenging and very great solo. Ooh, interesting, Gino. Let's go. Here's the thing. I had a really, really great game of solo Terraforming Mars yesterday. Like, I had by far the best solo Terraforming Mars game I've ever had in my life. So we're going to see if that is continuing today or if I'm going to absolutely crash and burn. I'm voting on the latter, but we're going to see. We're going to see here. Okay, so as I said, they are going to do the top action unless they cannot, in which case they will do the bottom action. And as we're drawing out these cards, they will, of course, rest just like we will. And they will rest once we get 3 cards of the same color. In this case, it took us all 5 cards to get 3 reds, but it could be with 3 rounds or 3 turns or 4 or 5 turns. And once they get this, then they will rest. And then their cards will come back. We'll shuffle them back through. There are, of course, 6. And then, once that happens, the next turn they'll rest. And then they'll shuffle their stuff up. And then they'll just take their turns normally until they have to rest again. So that is, again, very much like Wayfarers, where they're kind of doing this like rest, rest. Because in this game, you need to make sure you're resting because that's how you get Caliph cards out from the scroll deck and stuff like that. All right. So let's go over their actions and what they're going to do. There's basically going to be 2 kind of main actions that they're going to do. So they are going to be ones that deal with the translators themselves, which in this case is right here. So this is saying if there are 5 or more translators, doesn't matter who they belong to, if there are 5 or more translators down here in the Halls of Wisdom, yep. Yes, this is always the same 6 cards. If there are 5 or more down here, they will do this top action. If there are not 5 or more, in this case there's only 4, they would then do the bottom action. And then this one over here says, are there 3 or more scrolls in the House of Wisdom up here? If there are not, again, they'll do the bottom action. So the one with the translator, this one basically says if there's 5 or more translators in there, they will influence a guild, and then they will place a gold on the leftmost neutral translator. So in the solo game, the AI has all the neutral translators. They just own them all, basically. They've employed everybody. They're the rich pants. They got all the money. They've employed all the neutral translators all the time. And they're going to be putting more translators into these houses here throughout the game, and they just have all the neutral translators. So in that case, what we do is we would put a gold down into the leftmost, just from the supply, the leftmost neutral translator, which would be her, boom, right there. And that's trying to get their translators to retire. And we'll kind of talk about how they score, but they can score in a number of different ways. One of the ways is going to be retired translators, just like you. All right, so they would influence a guild, and then they would put a gold on a translator. So, kind of like Wayfarers. Hi, Quicksand. So I asked because if they have the same 6 cards, can you predict when they're about to rest? Just curious. To a degree, I mean, if we have 2, basically, if they're going to get to 4 and we haven't rested after 4, we know the next one they're going to rest. There are 3 red and 3 blue cards. So there, again, if there's like you know, if there's 1 and 1, you know they can't rest then because you need to have 3. So you can predict it to a point, I suppose, but not completely. Unless you know once 1 gets here, then once 4 is done, you know they're going to have a 5th turn, and then boom. So you can't predict it perfectly, but you do kind of see it happen. You're like, oh, they're going to rest soon. Although resting in this case is just bringing out a scroll card and then some other stuff. So it's kind of like, okay, it's not the end of the world. Whereas otherwise, you know, yeah, it could matter a little bit more. Cool. Okay, so basically how they're going to work is they're going to have to constantly focus on stuff. So it says like when they influence a guild, when they're going to translate a scroll, when they're going to bring in a new translator, how do they do that? Well, that is through their kind of resource track right up here. You can see each one has a color. We have purple, orange, green, and each one has one of the 6 translators attached to it and has one of the 6 languages attached to it. So in this situation, there's going to be a lot of times where you have to like focus on something, and most of the actions have certain things that they're going to do first and foremost, but a lot of times in the end what they're going to fall back on is like, if these things aren't available, use their focus. And so let's say they're translating a scroll, right? Well, that means they're going to be grabbing a scroll from the Houses of Wisdom, which are right over here. And if we're right here, that means they're going to first try and get a Greek scroll, because that is where their influence marker is. And so if they needed to figure out a color of something, they're on green, which means they would most likely be doing green. If they needed to hire a translator and their stipulations kind of were met, they then would hire this translator. So you're always going, that's why this is constantly moving around, because it's going to constantly change what scrolls they're grabbing, what translators they're using or grabbing, all this different kind of stuff. It's all done through this right here. So let's say when they influence a guild. When they influence a guild, unless it's a specific guild, like this one right here, they will be influencing the purple guild. When they're influencing a guild, they will first, let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly. So they will first try and influence a guild where there aren't any people, aren't any influence at all, nobody. If that's not available, there's 1 in each, they will then put an influence in a spot where they are not. If that is also not possible because they're everywhere, then they would go by their color. So when they're influencing, we're going to go based off of where no one is. If they're all full, at least with somebody, it'll be where they're not. If they're everywhere, it'll be by their color. And again, they have these little player aids here, which are quite nice. So in the case of this card right here, first thing we would check to see if there's 5 translators. If there were 5 translators, we would influence a guild just like that, like I just talked about. And then we would put a gold on the leftmost translator, leftmost neutral translator down here. Great, awesome. If we can't do that, because in this case there are not 5 translators, they're instead going to employ a translator. And let me see real quick. Sorry, one second, I'm just confusing myself. I'm confusing myself. Beer, beer, beer. Beer, beer, beer. Yeah. So what's going to happen when they employ a translator is the first thing they're going to do is go off of their focus and also try to not have any duplicate translators. So if there's ever, like let's say our folks right here is the Chinese translator. If there's already a Chinese translator in here, they wouldn't then put another one in there. They would then put the next one in line, which again, we would just kind of go down the line and through like that. Anytime you can't do something, you usually look at like the next higher and then kind of move through like that and wrap around if need be. So in this case, there's only these starting translators in here, so they would automatically grab, boom, is Chinese translator. because they're not in here. And this friend right here will then go into the rightmost space, equaling their target sum. And so there's a couple times you have to look at the target sum, and this is very much like Wayfarers, where you're going to look at the last two cards, if there are two cards there. You'll look at the sum between these two things, which is 0 and 1. So the sum is 1. If there is only one card here, you just choose the 1. And so basically, the sum total of this is 1. So you're going to put this in the rightmost spot that equals 1. So we look around here. Oh, look, nothing equals 1. So in that case, what you're going to do is increase the value by 1 and then look again. So now we have 2. Oh, what's the rightmost spot with 2? Right here. Bam. And then they would go right there. If this spot was taken, there's another 2 right here, so then it would go whoop, over to here. If there were no 2s, we would then move up to 3, and then we would go here. If there's no 3s, we'd move up to 4. If there's no 4s, we'd wrap back around to 0, and so on and so forth. So this is one where you have to look at their target sum, because that's going to depend on what room they're going to go into. Again, they're going to ignore any stuff that's on here, so you're going to put them on there. You're just going to ignore that. You don't need to put, they own all the neutral translators, so you don't need to put any of their influence on them. Basically, your influence means you employ that translator. Everything else is going to be employed by the AI. So that is going to be them employing a translator. So again, we're going to go off of their focus. But again, they're not going to have any duplicates if we can. And so, and I think the chances of us having all 8 translators down here are probably pretty slim. So I doubt we would have to, you know, have a duplicate translator. That would be a lot of translators, but it's possible. It's definitely possible. And then at the end of this one, they would also gain 2 coins, which means they would go boop, boop, and just move this along. So that is the translation one. There are a couple on here. Excuse me, sir. So like these 2 right here just require there to be 6 down here to do this action and then 7 down here to do this action. And so there are a couple more of those, but they don't do the exact same thing. Like this one, you'd put a gold down and then get 2 coins, which again would just move this. In this case, they would influence a scroll and influence a guild. Okay, so that is the main action there. So now we're going to talk about them translating scrolls, which is, again, how they're going to get scrolls up here, which is going to be very good for them. So when they translate a scroll, they're going to use their language focus. They're going to be looking for scrolls in the houses of wisdom up here to translate. They're using their language focus. In this case, right here, we are on Chinese, which means they are going to grab a Chinese scroll. If there are multiple Chinese scrolls in there in this case, they would grab the lowest one. Again, if there are multiple that are on the lowest, let's say there were 2 Chinese scrolls right here, they would then revert to their color focus. So in this case, their color focus is purple. So if we had, let's say both of these were Chinese, they're both in the lowest row, they would grab this one because their color focus right now is purple. So that's how they're going to determine what scrolls they're going to grab. Again, they're going to go by the language, and they're going to grab the lowest one they can, and then their color focus will break any ties from there. And that way they can always grab something. There's never really going to be a place where they're like just not going to get something, because like there's always tiebreakers. And that's kind of the whole purpose of these, in my opinion, very well done kind of focus systems that Garfield tends to do in their solos. They're just really, really well done in that way, where it's like this. If this can't happen, do this. If this can't happen, do this. If this can't happen, do this. And they'll always be able to work. There's never a time where like, oh, they're just not going to do anything, basically, you know, which would not be great. Okay, so then they're going to need to like translate that scroll. Again, the scroll would just come here and go boop over here into Chinese. And again, you just flip it over and put it there because what's on the other side just doesn't matter. They're not going to get anything from that other side. They're not going to score scroll cards based off of what's on the scroll card. They're going to score scroll cards based off of what's up here, which we'll talk about in a minute. But they still need to place gold as if they were using translators to translate that scroll. So, and Shem, I'm so curious about this. I want to ask, Why the switching from right to left to left to right? I'm just so curious of why. Is there a reason why? I'm just so curious because basically what's going to happen is each translator or each scroll area right here has this little gold mark right here. These three have 2 and it has 2 and a little down arrow. And then these 3 have 1 and a little down arrow. And that's basically how many translators they're going to use to translate that scroll. So that means you're going to have to put down gold onto translators to have them translate that scroll. So basically what you're first going to do is, in this case, let's say we did a Chinese scroll. We're going to have 2 gold. The first thing we're going to do is look at their translators that speak the language of scroll we just translated, which in this case was Chinese, and we would put these on there right to left. So now here's the thing is, we don't have any that speak Chinese, so that wouldn't happen. So then what would happen is they would put them on our translators that speak Chinese left to right. Now that's what I'm curious about, Shem. Why the switch from right to left for them and then left to right for us? Does it matter? Did it matter? That's a part of design that I fundamentally don't understand. Like, it probably matters, but I just can't see why, because I'm probably dumb. But nonetheless, so again, we would put it down on Chinese for theirs, right to left, and then Chinese on ours, left to right. Here's the thing. No one in here speaks Chinese, which is kind of a bummer, actually. We probably need to get a Chinese translator down here. So then what happens? So it's to make sure that they're more likely to retire their own translator than yours, but they can still retire yours in some cases. Oh, it's because the gold? Oh, I see. Okay, because the gold goes up here. So if they're going right to left, they're hopefully retiring the ones that have less gold. But for ours, they're using the ones that have potentially more gold. See, Shem, how do you think of that? Like, oh, y'all are cheat. I don't understand how people design games. That's bonkers. But that totally makes sense. That makes sense, right? Like, because the gold amounts go right to left. So you're like, haha, I'm going to retire yours more often and yours left off, you idiot. That's what they said. That's how Shem talks in my head. He's very mean. He's probably super mean in real life, right, Shem? Probably, I feel like you're a mean guy. So, again, they would use the same thing, right to left, left to right. If there are none that speak Chinese, or we just have some gold left over, we would then they would put them on their own people that speak whatever language, doesn't matter, again, right to left, and then our people left to right. So in this case, no one speaks Chinese, so we wouldn't put any there, and then they'll just go boop, boop, like that. So they'll put it on their first 2 right to left. If, let's say, there are like nothing in here, let's say these 2 were gone, it was just these 2 in the whole place, they would then go here first because they're first, and then they would go left to right and put it on ours. If that makes sense. Okay, so that is how they place gold down. So again, it's right to left, left to right, right to left, left to right. Got it? Got it. Good! The meanest. Makes sense. You seem like a mean guy. Y'all seem so nice. What's up, Deadpan? How you doing? Deadpan, you don't have your usual emote. It's weird. Okay, so that is them translating scrolls, right? Right. Easy. So when they're translating scrolls, though, again, it will depend on how many scrolls are in the Houses of Wisdom, either 3, 3, or 5 plus. If they can't do that, they will instead deliver a scroll. So when they deliver a scroll, they're essentially going to do it kind of like you do. They don't have a marker out here, so they're just going to be going off of wherever the neutral black marker is going. And so they're going to, again, focus their, language they have right now. So right now our language is on Chinese. So they would go around, going black space to black space, boop, 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 and trying to find a Chinese script. Again, if they can't, let's say there is one right here, but let's say there's not a Chinese script in there, they would then move up to the next one, which is Sanskrit. So again, if you can't do something, you kind of always move up, wrap around if need to, and kind of keep going around until they can do something. So in this case, they would take this Chinese scroll, because it goes boop, they go around like this. They will only take the one in front of this if they get all the way around, kind of like us, where we can go all the way around this sometimes. And then this will go over into the House of Wisdom. And then this will go into the highest row possible. So in this case, the highest row is here. But let's say this one was gone. This would go boop up into here. If there's a tie, guess what? They're going to use their color focus. So in this case, we're still on purple. So right now, this would go blam right into there, and then a new one come out. What's up, Board Game Garden? How you doing, Jen? Everyone go subscribe to Board Game Garden. She's awesome. Boom. Get wrecked. So now, when you place things down here, they will, of course, ignore anything that's on here. But you can see on the bottom of these cards, they do place influence out. Now, Shem, this is the only thing I was curious about, because I didn't see it in the rule book. This one says 1 or 2 influence. How do you decide which one it is? Because I was looking for it in the rule book, I didn't see, because the other ones are just 2. How do you decide which one of these you do? But nonetheless, you'll place resources, influence in guilds. And again, you're not going to do it based off of what's on the board here, which would be 1 or 2 influence in the purple guild. You're doing it based off of how they place it in guilds, which will be, again, going off of where no one is, where they're not, and then color focus after that. So that is them delivering scrolls. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like the first action of these is going to be, are there enough translators down here? If the answer is yes, they'll do one of those actions. If the answer is no, then they'll employ a translator to get more translators down here. It's the same over here. They will translate a scroll if there's enough of it here. If there's not enough, they will then bring a scroll over here. So they're constantly trying to do the thing. If they can't, they will then put something in there to make them be able to do that probably on a later turn. So it's the row they place it. It's the same as a human player's. Top row is 2 influence. Other rows are 1 influence. Okay, so that's always the case. Even the ones that always say 2. So should all these be 1 or 2, basically? Okay, so they still are getting the same amount of influence based off of where they place it, either 2 or 1, just like we are. But they're not placing it specifically in this guild. They're still following their guild rules, right? Like in terms of how they influence guilds. Just want to make sure I got that correct. Because again, these ones always just say specifically 2. Or is this one, these ones are always 2. This one is specifically following the thing. Let me know. Okay. So, okay, there are a couple last things here. So that is most of it. These ones here are all pretty much the same. They're going to translate or they're going to deliver scrolls straight up. We were to talk about how they influence guilds. Let's quickly talk about how they influence curds. So if they need to influence a scroll card, which they will do occasionally, so get wrecked if you subscribe. That's right, get wrecked. Oh, what's up, Border Home? So with less than 3, you can only put it in the top row, as the top row must be empty if there are 2 in the house. Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just confused on why only one of these has 1 or 2. But maybe I'm just being silly. Gino gets it. So with less than 3, you can only put it in the top row, as the top row must be empty if there are 2 in the house. I'm sorry, I'm still mega confused. We'll figure it out. All right, so if you influence a card, they're going to influence a scroll. So when they influence a scroll card, they're going to be trying to influence in the House of Wisdom first. If they can't, then they will influence. Influence over here if they can't influence up here. So that's the only scheme card that will allow them to place in the 2nd or 3rd row. Wait, I'm confused now, though. Oh, I see. Oh, y'all are smart, man. I get it. Because I got it. Yeah, I got you. Basically, I understand. See, this is why people are like, you ever want to design a game? I'm like, hell no. Absolutely not, because I just can't be bothered to think about stuff like this. That's right, because in this case, you'd be doing the top action if there's 3 or more. If there's not 3 or more, you deliver a scroll. If there's not 3 or more, there's literally only 2, which means that one would be always going up here. I got you. I figured that out on my own. I want that reflected in the chat. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Nick, for being smart. You're welcome, Nick. You got it from the beginning. Got you. Thank you, Nick. No one else. It was me on my own. So, if they're going to influence a scroll card, they're going to influence in the House of Wisdom. They will, again, use their language focused. If there are multiple, they will go to the lowest row. So they'll use their language focus in the lowest row. Aside from that, they will do their color focus. So in this case, again, they're still on Chinese, which means I need their other ones. For some reason, I was like, I don't need their markers. Yes, I do. They would go, boop, that's mine. And again, they would use their color focus after that. And so on and so forth. If they can't do anything in here, Nick is smart. He knew it. I knew it the whole time. They will then put it over here, following the normal delivery rules, where they'll kind of start going around using their language focus, so on and so forth. Smart guy. I was the smartest the whole time. Okay. Oof, we're almost there, fam. Okay. So when they rest, let's talk about them resting. So let's say we went blam, 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 3 and out, done, easy. Then they're going to rest. When they rest, we're going to reveal a scroll from the bottom of the card pile per usual, and that'll all follow the normal rules. And then basically their dice sum is either going to go up or down. If they have majority red, which means they had 3 red, this will come down 1 like this. If they have majority blue, it would go up 1 like that. And again, that's going to kind of push their how much color die versus white dice they have in the game is going to be determined by this, and it's going to be constantly pushed up and down. That's kind of reflected again right here. All right, and then if they only played 3 or 4, they will gain these benefits down here. So they will influence a guild in the normal way, and they'll influence a card in the normal way. But if they played all 5, let's say that made sense. It doesn't, but let's say it does. They got all 5, then they will do this right here, which means they're just going to straight up retire one of these 2 translators based off of what the majority is. In this case, red means they would retire her right up here. Just go boop and just straight up retire her, which is bonkers. I hope that doesn't happen. So, okay. Yeah. We are looking pretty good. So that's what's going to happen. They're going to rest, and then we're going to take all these scheme cards back, shuffle them back up, and then boom, boom, boom. So that is pretty much it, with the exception of scoring, which we'll talk about here in a second. Whenever one of their translators retires, they will just, let's say she had enough gold, she would just go boom, and they'll just go next to their board right there. And certain things will count their retired translators. 1 second, I just want to double check something real quick. That I was confusing myself. All right, very quickly before we talk about the way they score, let's talk about Caliph cards and how they work. Real quick. All right. So when a Caliph card comes out, they will gain benefits from the Caliph cards just like we do. And it'll be normal majority. So if they have the majority like in the purple, they will get to choose first. What they choose is based off of whatever they have the majority of, so blue or red. And if it's the blue, they will choose the highest on the card, which is, I think, the 3 points, 5 points, one of those two, I can't remember off the top of my head. They will choose the highest option. If they have majority of red, they will choose the lowest option, and they will just automatically get a white die, which again would push them here because they don't actually get white dice, but it would add them here. And then they'll retire one of the two translators. They will retire the one with the higher victory points on them, and then boom, they'll just automatically retire them. So that's how you will choose with Caliph cards. And then real quick, what if there is a tie amongst the colors? All right, if it is the most recently played one breaks the tie. Okay, so that is how Caliph cards work. They will grab them. They will grab them based off of that. Okay, very last thing, let's talk about how they score. And then we're finally there, fam. Thank you for the long teach here. I am going through it all in my head as well. So thank you, I appreciate you. Okie dokie, and then we will get rolling. Okay, so how they're going to score is, one, they're going to score their dice sum. So wherever their dice sum thingy is here, that is their dice sum. If they have a better score than us, they will get the 2 points up there. We won't, so they will get that. And then they will score retired neutral translators. Oh, so do they still score their points? Oh, for some reason I thought they didn't score their points, but I guess they do, huh? Yep, you're right. Okay, so yeah, any translators they retire, they will still get their points, which is why they choose the higher one. For some reason I thought in my head they didn't, but they don't. They do. So they'll score the retired translators just like you do. They will score points for the guilds they control, plus any Caliph cards they have, all that kind of good stuff. And then the last thing is they will score their scroll cards. So that is this part right here. So each language, each color, each translator scores differently. Every kind of scroll. So every Chinese scroll is just worth 7, straight up. No ifs, ands, or buts, just worth 7. Every Sanskrit scroll is worth 1 for every 2 retired translators they have. So if they have 4 retired translators, each Sanskrit scroll will be worth 2 points. Greek is every... Sorry? Oh, Greek scores from their translated scroll cards. So that means, I guess, the Greek scrolls are worth however many total translated scrolls you've had. That's how much each Greek scroll is worth. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, wait. Hebrew here will be however many of these they have covered up. So that means however many times they kind of went around. Every time they go around, remember, they'll put one of these out for every science they've done, basically. They will get a point for every Hebrew scroll. Persian is for every translator, I think, still employed. Yep, still employed down here in the rooms. And then Syriac here is for every 2 influence in the guilds will be worth 1 point. So that's how they will score. Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you. That's what I figured. I was like, I think that's what it is. So basically, that's how they're going to score. So each one of these is going to score in a set way, not based off of whatever is on here. And this actually should be right there. Okay, fam. That is how the solo works. Thank you for getting through that with me. Thank you for the rules clarifications, Shem and chat. A couple things I was a little confused on. And we're good to go, fam. So again, Garfield Games always makes these really great, robust solos. It's just rad. It's just rad. Okay, let's go ahead and start. So we're going to be first player, and then we'll kind of get this going here. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to blow my nose because I'm just sniffling. All right. Thank you. Just sniffling a ton. I was like, let me go blow my nose real quick before. That way you're not hearing. Still getting over being sick. Was very sick last week, which was not fun at all. Okay, so, whoo. What do we want to do? So, we should put a green die right, blam, right there. Okay. So I have a blue worker and only 1 yellow die. I do have a yellow 6, which is actually not horrible. Man, I do also, speaking of, I kind of talked about this beforehand, but I think, let's go ahead, you know what, I have a little twofer. Let's employ a translator. I'm going to go and use this 2 right here, and I'm actually going to employ this Chinese translator just because through all our examples we had like no Chinese translators here, and that was not great. Okay, so where do we want to go? Oh, here we can get a yellow die, another yellow die, and get rid of a white die. We can grab 2 more and grab a worker. Oh, we don't have enough money for that one though. You know, let's go here. We're going to spend 2 coins, and we're going to put them right here. We're going to get a red die, and we're going to be able to get rid of a white die, which is great. We're going to flip them over, so they're in our house here. Hello, friend, and that is ours. And during the AI, when they're putting gold down, if they ever put them on ours, we still would get a coin for that. Also, whenever we use one of theirs, and normally we'd have to give them a coin, we would still turn in a coin, but that would just move their marker up here. I'm set up for a casual game, Shem. We still haven't done Epic. We still haven't done Epic. I'm already bad enough at this game. I feel like I'm just not ready for Epic. Also, I knew I was going to do a teach at this one, so I didn't want this stream to be too long. So we're set up for a casual game. We're set up for a casual one. You know, because I'm scared. Okay. Also, this ability right here where I could turn it, if I retire them, ooh, so that's the only problem. Now, we already put them there, so let's not worry about it. We're going to get rid of a white die, but if I can retire them, get rid of this white die, we're going to gain a red die to our hand, which is great, too. Ooh, a 6 as well. Lovely. Lovely. Being able to turn into gold to be able to bump a primary track is pretty great. Okay, let's see what they do for their first turn here. How exciting. Boom. Okay, first thing is they're going to move this, blam, blam, over here to Greek. Then if there are 3 scrolls in the Houses of Wisdom, they will translate a scroll. Look, there are 3 scrolls, so they will translate a scroll. So when they translate a scroll, again, they will go off of their language focus. They don't have, right now, their language focus is Greek, because that's where they are. We have a Chinese, a Sanskrit, and a Hebrew scroll. So we don't have a Greek scroll. So we're going to move up to the next language, which in this case is Hebrew. So we only have 1 Hebrew scroll. They would then go into the lowest row, which again, they're all in the same row. So they're going to go ahead and they're going to translate this Hebrew scroll right here. Boom, instant translation. You hate to see it. Oh man, that's rough. So this is gonna flip-flop, blam, right over here into Hebrew. So they're already crushing. They're already crushing. So now we look at what kind of scroll they did, which in this case is a Hebrew scroll, which means they're gonna put down one gold. And so they're gonna take 1 gold from the supply and they're gonna put it onto their translators right to left. So Persian to Arabic, nope. Greek, Persian, Syriac, nope. Hebrew, Persian, Syriac, that's Hebrew, bam. So they're gonna put it on the same language of the scroll that they translated first. If there are none of that, like let's say she wasn't here, then it would actually go on to me because we have Chinese to Hebrew right there. So in that case, it would have gone into us, but boom, they got it. So they only placed 1 gold, so they would place that one right there, and boom, easy peasy. And then it's back to our turn. So it's one of those things where it's like Wayfarers was like this too. When you're reading the rules, there's kind of like, okay, I have to do this in this situation, this in this situation, this in this situation. But once you start going, it's pretty easy. You kind of like, okay, they're going to do this one, boom, and they're going to choose one, boom, and then you're good. You're good to go. And so the AI turns are not very long, and they seem complex when you're reading the rules. When you kind of get into that flow, it's pretty darn easy. Okay. All right, so now what do I want to do? I have a red 6 and a yellow 6. I kind of want to bump. Ooh, I kind of want to bump a track. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to go here. RW3D said, beautiful game all around. The theme, the design, the art direction, the graphic design feel very closely integrated. Playing must feel very productive and industrious. Yeah, it's awesome. It really is. It's like the whole thing meshed together so well. The color, Mihailo Dmitrievsky is always a great artist, but I think in this one, particularly with the board and doing this kind of like nice, like rich browns with like the pops of color are like so colorful. This like rainbow right in the middle is like so cool looking. It's just, and then the game is so good. It's just incredible. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do oh gosh, forgot what this one's called. What the heck is this called? This research, gosh, Nick. Research. And we're gonna do a 6, and let's go ahead and do, ooh. Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's make it a 10. Let's make it a 10. Let's be about it. So we have a 10 red here. So in this case, when we have a 10 plus, we can pay 2 gold to bump up a track twice, and we gain 2 silver. I will pay 2 gold, and we're gonna bump up red, because again, we have a red die here. We're gonna go boom, boom, which means we can get a gold or take a gold from somebody. I think I'm gonna take this gold. Now, question, real quick. Do we take it from them? Yeah, we take a gold from the translator. So I'm gonna take this one, bam, off of her. Get wrecked. And I get 2 coins, which is great. So I got, said, yeah, and they are that way to support colorblind players, because this game, a lot of this is based around color, which can be very, very difficult. There are definitely some friends of ours who just flat out can't play certain games because they can't. They absolutely cannot, which is unfortunate. Okay, so that is us. Blessed. Okay, we got a double. We're already up here on red. I'm feeling pretty okay with that, which means we're going to get some good workers when we go. Okay, let's see what they do. Okay, we got a red card. So they're going to move, first of all, 2 around here. Blam, blam. All right, now we're going to look to see if there are 6 or more translators in here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are not, which means they cannot do the top action here. They can only do the bottom action, which means they are going to employ a translator. So they're going to employ the translator based off of their focus, which is right here. Just make sure I'm doing all these right the first time I'm doing them. So in this case, we're going to translate her right here. Blam. Well, actually, we're going to make sure there's no duplicates. There are no duplicates, and then we'll use her. So she is not already in here, but let's say let's say they were on the Chinese spot right here. We do have a Chinese translator down here, so they wouldn't do that one. They would instead move up to the next one. But in this case, we don't have her. So she'll flip over, and then we're going to place her in a room based off of, again, the sum total right here, which is 4. So actually, we're going to look right to left and find the first 4, which is boom, right here, and they're going to go right there. And again, they're going right to left because she's going to be very easy to retire. And she's worth 3 points too, which is not great for us. Okay, boom. And then they do not get, again, any of these benefits here. They also don't have to pay anything. Duh. They're so strong. Okay, so that's them. Lovely. So you have to pay a transfer, but you don't move the, oh, really? Okay, then I'm going to leave this here and get a gain of gold instead, because I want to get a gold. Or take one. I'll just gain a gold then. I'll just gain a gold, because I don't want to pay a silver. But that's good to know. Thank you. Okay, back to me. I have a yellow. Ooh, man. I feel like I kind of want to get this green double spot before they do, because if they pull out one of their translate ones, they're going to put something here. So I really feel like I should do that. Yeah, let's go. Oh, I need 4 coins, though. I don't have 4 coins. Oh, stars. Okay, can I? Oh, man, I don't have enough. Well, maybe I do. I could. Let's do this. We'll go ahead and get. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. So what of these do I want to do? Let's do mathematics. Okay, what we're going to do, this might be a bit of a waste, but we're going to do it because I want to get that spot before they can. We're going to place both of these, and we're going to place this blue worker above this one. So what this is going to do is this is going to make this a blue die, which means now we have a green, sorry, this one. This is now a blue die. Now we have a green 11. Seems like a lot, and it is. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we crossed over a green spot, so we're going to get 2 coins. That's going to allow us to actually put the scroll out. 5, 6, 7. Now I can stop kind of wherever once I get here. So is there any kind of specific scroll I want to put out? You know what? Yeah, let's go boom, boom, and we're going to stop here because you don't have to go your full amount. You can stop beforehand. And we're going to go ahead and go up to here. We're going to pay 4 coins, which is why we really went full send on that green die. 4 coins, and then we're going to put 2 influence out in the green guild, which is going to take control of the green guild. Blurst. And we'll get a gold for doing so. Yes. And then boom, and then we also get a mathematics bump right there, which is boom. Ooh, going to give us another worker back. Now we have no dice, so we're going to have to rest next turn. But what color worker do I want? Let me get another blue worker because we have a yellow die, we have a red die, we don't have a blue die. So we'll do that. I've been on the fence about getting this game, seeing it played, getting me to lean towards that all-in pledge. Ooh, Rockshire, do it. Do it! You moved the wrong mark on the travel track? No, I didn't. You did. You did. That was your fault. Shem's fault. Well, maybe make them look less similar. Okay? I know how to play the game. All right. This is going to come out here. Okay. Let's see what they do. Take it, Shem. I've given up resisting Garfield games. Yeah, real talk, though. Okay. We're going to see what they do now. Boom. Okay, we have another red one. They're going to move 1 here, so they're close to wrapping around that. All right, so now we're going to see, are there 5 or more translators in here? There are now 6 translators here, so they will do this top one, which means they are going to influence a guild and then put a gold down on the leftmost neutral translator. Which is actually going to be her again. Oof. So she's going to be getting close here to retiring. That's actually not great because I was hoping she'd stick around because my translator goes from Chinese to Hebrew. I was hoping to use her as Hebrew to Persian or Hebrew to Syriac. So if she goes away, we're gonna have to get a Hebrew translator in here because we're gonna need it, I think. Okay, and then they're gonna influence a guild. So the first thing they're gonna do is influence a guild with nothing in it. So there's orange and purple, so we will go off their color. In this case, they're on green, so we would wrap around to purple, and they will influence, boom, a purple guild there. And let's grab a couple more of these. I just stepped on Mary's face. Mary, you can't put your face right there if you don't want me to step on it, you silly girl. Mary's under the table. And Pippin's right there. He's very cute. We can't see him, but he's very close. Okay. So that's what they're going to do. So they were able to do that. So now they have 2 reds here, which means the next one, if it's red, they will then rest after that turn. So now we're getting to the point now where we're kind of like, ooh, they might rest, they might not rest, they might rest, they might not rest kind of thing. Now we have to rest. We are definitely going to rest because we have no more dice, which means we can't really do any more actions without any dice. So we're going to reveal the bottom card, which this one can't be a Caliph card. So this one's going to move the marker around equal to the points. So it's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost back around. And then we look at this card. Basically, is there any open spots on the top here? It's on the top, right? I believe so. I believe so. Let me double check my life right here. Let me double check my life. Because now I'm doubting myself. Now I'm getting my rules mixed up. My rules mixed up. Da, da, da. Proud member after Team All In after the Rosenberg playthrough. Well, thank you. No, they are not. Okay. Okay, so then this one just gets... Yeah. No, wait. This one just goes away. Boom. Confusing myself. I always get confused on that part. I don't know why. I'm always doubting myself. No, you're good, Shem. I just always, for some reason, when it comes to like... We did this in our playthrough last time where it's just like, we reveal a card from the bottom, you put it here. It's like, wait, when does it come over here? It's if any of the guilds are empty. I was like, okay, there's that. We're good. Basically, you're always going to be switching out cards, but was confusing myself for no reason. Okay, so now we did that. We're going to gain our income. So the first thing we're going to do is gain a biology income, which we can turn in a gold to get a primary track bump. Ooh, I think I'm going to do that. Ooh. Yeah, then I'm going to go boom, bump that up here. So that means I can do this one. We're going to do mathematics, which is we can get a white die to get 2 coins. I think I'm going to do that because I've already gotten rid of a white die, which is great. So we're going to do that to get 2 coins. And then we're going to do our physics track here, which we're all the way up here for, which is pretty darn great. And so we can get 2 colored workers. Let's get another blue worker, and let's get a red worker. Boom. Thank you, Shem. That's what I was like. I think I did it right. For some reason on that one, I always confuse myself, and I don't know why. Okay. So that's our income there, and then we're going to turn. Then we're going to do our astronomy, which is right here, which we're going to draw out 4. I only have 3, so now I will put these back in my bag, kind of deck building, bag building stuff. And boom. Of course, I didn't get any of my colored die, which is awesome. Boom. You go away. And then here. Okay. First rest complete. All right, let's see what they do. Are they going to rest after this turn? Ooh, they are going to rest after this turn. Okay. So they're going to finish this turn, and the next turn they're going to rest because they have a majority of red here. Okie dokie. I'm sorry. You can't sit right there if you want me to kick you in the face, baby girl. She must be so close to my feet. Hi, baby. I love you. Okay, so now they're not going to move this because there's a 0 here, so they're good. So now they're going to check to see if there's 3 scrolls, and then they will translate a scroll. There are 3 scrolls in here, so they will be translating again. So we're going to go off of their language focus, which right now is Syriac. There is no Syriac. So they'll swing back around here to Chinese. Ah, I wanted that one. Dang it. I wanted that scroll. So now they're going to translate a Chinese scroll, and they're going to go off the lowest row. Now, in this case right here, in the lowest row, there are 2 Chinese scrolls. So in this case, now they will go off of their color focus. So their color focus now is going to be purple, I believe. So Shem, in this situation, would their color focus still be green because that's where their marker is, or would it be purple because that's the scroll we're translating? Just double checking that. All right, Gina, we'll see you later. Oh yeah, watch the other play through Rockshire. I think we did a good job. Mike beat me real good. So they're going to take one of these Chinese scrolls. I don't know. Does it? I think it's still it's green. Okay, so they're still going off of this right here. This just swung over to Chinese because they didn't have any of that. Okay, cool. So they will actually take this, which is great because I actually wanted that one. So they're going to take this Chinese scroll right here because their color focus is still green because that's where their marker is. Okay, so boom, this is going to flip over. Bam, go into Chinese because that's what it was. So that's going to be straight up 7 points. It's a pretty good scroll, a very good scroll. I hope they don't get a lot of Chinese scrolls. That could be very bad for me. All right, and now, because on a Chinese scroll right here, they're going to place 2 gold. So they place 2 gold. They are going to place it on people who speak Chinese. So the cool thing is actually, in this situation, none of their people speak Chinese, but one of mine does. So boom, he's going to use ours. We're going to gain a coin for that. Thank you. And then now that there's no other Chinese speaking, they will just put it on their own translators, right to left, which is right here, which means she is going to retire, which is a bummer for me. Because that's just points for them. Points for them. Okay. So boom, and then boom. Done skis. I didn't miss anything else. Okay, cool. So now at the end of their turn, this will retire. They will flip on over. Well, I guess there's no flipping over because those go over there. And then boom. Done skis. Easy. Okay. Oof, 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 oof. Rough. Okay, so now it's back to me. And I did want to... I need some gold. I need gold right now. Wish I could get some gold right now. Gold right now. Gold right now. Man, I don't know. I need to push up that orange track is what I need to do. Shoot. Thank you, Schliffy. Appreciate you. It was okay. I could do this one and get a gold straight up like that, which... I guess I could, because I really want to translate this scroll, but I'm going to need 3 gold to do it, which is kind of tough. And so I could maybe... Ooh, interesting. Interesting. I do have a 5. Okay, let's do this. 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 I'm going to go... Let's actually go here. I'm going to put a 5 down. And I am going to dismiss this gentleman up here. It's going to give me a white die. Not great, but hey, we played fast and dangerous. It's going to give me a gold straight up, and then I can take a gold from someone else. I'm going to take a gold from here, which is Shem reminded me I need to then pay because I'm taking it off of them. And then they're going to go boop underneath there. But that gave me the gold I need, which is pretty good. And it took a gold off of them, which is making it harder for them to retire them. So back on Kickstarter today. Ooh, Time and Tactics. Tell Shem you backed it because of the Brothers Murph. I don't know if that's true, but lie. Lie to Shem. Lie to Shem in chat. Shem can't hear me right now. I turned off the Shem channel, so he can't hear me. Thanks for backing. Boosting physics and delivering a scroll would give you gold. Yeah, I thought about using a red to boost up physics. Or delivering a scroll, but I was like, maybe I can just do that instead. But we got it there. We got there. Okay, so now we're going to do them. So now they are going to rest because they have 3 red, which means they're definitely going to rest. Okay, so when they rest, let's make sure these are here. Again, these are lovely little play arrays right here. So same thing, we're going to reveal a scroll down here. This could be a Caliph card. Blam, it's not. So this is going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not an influence there, and this is empty, so this will go boom over to here, and then this will go blam like that. Okay, easy. All right, and now they're going to move their influence marker right or left, depending on the majority. In this case, they have 3 red, so they're going to move it left here, which means they essentially like got a white die. That's kind of how it is. Back this game a week ago. Good. Tell Shem that you backed it because of the Brothers Murph. I don't know if that's true, but lie to Shem. I turned off the Shem channel, so you can't hear this. Oh, we're so dumb. Okay, God, this game is good. It really is, fam. Shem, Sam, y'all are great. Okay, so they essentially got a white die from that. And then if there are any of these spots, if this one right here as well, showing they will get that benefit as well, which they will. Oh, you know what? I realized, hold on. I went here, here, and here. Oh, I realized, you know what? I had these. I could have done these. Let's say I didn't do that one. I'm going to get a white worker. I'm going to cheat because it's a solo game and I can cheat if I want to. I should have done this one. I forgot that I had they having that reminded that I also had those. So, my apologies. So little message for the win. You know how I do, Michael. You know how I do. Okay, so in this case, they're going to influence a card. And again, they're going to influence cards in the Houses of Wisdom, unless there's just nothing in here, which I think would be very rare, but if it is, then they would influence something over here on the map. And again, they're going to go off of their language focus, which is Syriac. There are no Syriac spells. Those classic Syriac spells. They're going to go over here to a Chinese spell. In that case, and they will influence blam that one, which sucks because I do want to do that one, which means I'm going to have to give them a coin to do that spell. Their spells now, it's canon. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then they're going to do boop, 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 boop. Get all their scheme cards back, and they will shuffle the whole deck again. Wouldn't have backed without Nick's playthrough, of course. The thought just popped in my head for some reason. Time and Tactics, thank you for saying that. So, on your own, thanks for saying that. We really appreciate the support. And y'all saying things without any coercion at all. I appreciate y'all. Okay. So dumb. Okay. Whew. Okay, now we're back to us. So that's how they rest. Pretty easy peasy, right? So now that we're a couple of turns in, we're like, okay, now we're feeling. It's canon now. It's a spell. This game is secretly a fantasy theme, but no one knows. It's very well hidden. It's very subtle, but these are all actually spells. Okay, so now my turn. So now I'm going to translate. I wanted to translate that one. I think I still am going to, but bums me out a bit. Okay, and the question is am I going to have enough money to do this? I believe so, because I'm going to need coins, but mostly because I want this one, because this one's going to allow me to either employ a translator or immediately retire a translator, or immediately retire a Chinese translator. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. I'll buy the popcorn. Hey, everybody. So that Sanskrit scroll is looking pretty good for you. Would only cost 2 gold. It's orange for your focus. And would boast physics giving you back 2 gold. Shem. You're right, but I was going to get this Chinese one, but yeah, you're probably right. It would only cost 2 gold because with a Sanskrit to Persian, Persian to Arabic. Ooh, and for some reason I forgot that I had this person. Oh, you're right. And this is a great one. I'm glad that I thought of this myself and didn't have any help from the designer. So I think I'm going to translate that one. Let's go ahead and do that. That's a great idea, Nick. And I always want to retire stuff. So hopefully if I can retire a lot, maybe I can do this one later. Also, this is also now going to cost me a lot less coins, which is good. So I'm going to do this. Wizards of the Eastern Mountain. There you go. So many tracks. All right, Charlie, all these tracks to bump. Oh, God, I love bumping tracks so much. Okay. So let's translate. So we're going to translate. Ooh, the value of these don't matter. So I'm going to make this a little 4. And I need to make it orange to do so. Oh, I don't have a yellow die. I can't do that one. Shem, why'd you lie to me? I don't have a yellow die. I can't do that one. I'm going to do purple. I can maybe do that one in a bit, which I think I probably still will do that one because that actually is a very good one. I'm going to do what I originally was going to do right now, though, and do a purple one. But I still will probably do that. So I'm going to change both of these. This one into red, this one into blue. Now we have a purple. And we're going to do this one. So we're going to use their card. So it's going to give them a coin, which is going to move them around like this. Okay, so now that we move them around here, we're going to take one of their research markers and place it onto this first track right here, which is going to give them a purple influence in the purple guild. Now, this is a situation where they just do whatever one it says. They're not doing their normal stuff. Okay. We're going to do this one. This is Chinese. We need to go to Chinese to Arabic. We're going to have to use 3, and we're going to have to use 2 of their, 2 of theirs, but that's okay, because one, it's going to get us slightly closer to retiring, which I really want to do this one. We're going to have to do them, which is going to go boom, boom, and then, so we're going to go Chinese to Hebrew, Hebrew to Persian, Persian to Arabic, and we're going to have to do one more. So we're blowing all our money, which is probably a bad idea, but I'm doing it because I'm reckless. And boom. Okay, so also because we did this one, we get a bump up the chemistry track, which is going to allow us to get rid of a white die. I am going to retire a translator, so I'm just going to get rid of this white die that I'm about to get, just because that way I don't have to, like, do all sorts of stuff. But okay, so we did that one. It got rid of all our gold, all of our money. But we get to retire this Chinese translator, which basically means, this one means for this action, wherever we put this, red, white equals red, which is really great. I think I'm going to put this underneath the translation, because now we essentially, as long as we have white dice, always have a red die here, which is really great, because that's going to make translating easier, because that's where we're going to need stuff. I would either put it here or here. Research, so we can bump more tracks. My main thing is the thing I'd want to use this for is bumping the red track. We've actually been kind of crushing the red track. So, like, I'm kind of slightly less worried about that. So let's do it under translation, because that sounds very useful. Okay, great. That's awesome. And I still do want to do this one, Shem, because that is pretty darn smart. And I can use one of my own people here. Although you're pretty close to retiring as well, which is very nice. Okay, let's see what they're going to do. So they're going to check and see if there's 6 or more translators. There's actually not. There's only 5 now because one of theirs retired. So in this case, they're going to employ a translator. Oh, sorry, they're going to go boop, boop. They're going to employ a translator. And they're actually going to employ another one of these translators right here, because they're going to try and do no duplicates. So they're going to employ them. Boom. And we're going to look at the sum value of their last 2 cards. There's only 1 card, so it's going to be 2. So we're looking for the earliest 2 room from the right to the left, which is going to be boom right there. And that is theirs now. So now there's 6 in there again. Yeah, just keep kicking me in the face, baby girl. I love you. Okay. Okay. We're here. No doubt. Cool. Okay. Blurst. Alrighty. So that is them. Okay, so the good thing is now we have 2 Persian to Arabics, which is useful, quite useful. And the cool thing about the AI is they're just putting a bunch of translators in here, where sometimes like in a 2-player game with Mike, if we're just not putting a bunch of translators, there's sometimes where you're kind of like, man, there's just not a lot of translators down there. With the AI, they're constantly putting them down there, which means you actually have a decent amount of opportunities for translating, which is nice. Okay, here's my issue right now, Mfam. I have basically nothing. I have no coins, and I have no gold. And I have a white worker, a blue worker, and a white die. None of which are like great. Interesting. Yeah, this is, ooh, that would be interesting. Can I do a 3? Oh, let's do this. Oh, no, yeah, let's do this. So let's go here. We're going to use this 3 white, and we're going to use the employ action, and we are going to dispatch this gentleman right here. We can get rid of a colored worker. We'll get rid of this blue one to bump up the chemistry track. We're going to go boom, which means when we rest and we use the chemistry thing, which I actually haven't now that I think about it, but nonetheless, I think that's going to be, okay, is there someone else I want to do right now then? But I do think that's a good, we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with it. We're going to dispatch him to bump up that chemistry, which means now we can start getting gold and not having to turn in stuff to do so. And hopefully we can kind of get some gold going because I am mega poor. Mega ultra poor. Ugh. Okay. Let's see what they're going to do. Blue. So they're going to check to see if there are 5 or more scrolls in the Houses of Wisdom. There are 2, so there's not. So they're instead going to deliver... Oh. They instead are going to deliver a scroll. So they're going to first look from here for a Syriac scroll, because that is where their focus is. So they're going to go boom around here and take this Syriac scroll. What's up, Mary Lou? How you doing, Zen? Oh, shoot, girl, you're right. Thank you. Just straight forgot about that. Thank you. So we're going to get the Syriac scroll, and they're going to put it into the highest row, which is going to be right here. And they're going to get 2 influence. 2 influence into, and again, remind me, Shem, they're still using their normal ways of determining influence, which means these would go here, right? Not into purple, because purple is there. I do believe they would still, because they ignore everything on the wisdom board. I'm 99% sure. Blurst. Oh no, in the guild. So I think they would still go into the purple. Okay, that makes more sense. I read that wrong in the rules for some reason. Because it says like they ignore this, which is why it's printed on the card. So I was like, wait, I was confusing myself. But I was kind of like, that's interesting that it wouldn't go into that guild. So they are crushing us in purple. What's up, Dave Phillips? Dave Phillips, are you going to Dice Tower West? Are you going to be there? It's trying to stream no clowns, I know, right? Okay. So now there are 3 in there, which is great for them. Okay, I'm going to have to rest because I have no workers. So first thing we're going to do, this, I think, is going to be a Caliph card. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, no, there's 3 in this stack. I think the next one, is guaranteed to be one. Oh, sorry. This is going to go. Boom. So now we're going to move this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And where this is, there are no empty guilds, so then this one will go away. We'll get rid of that Sanskrit and put that Sanskrit. Done. I'm currently on the road to Vegas. Ooh, I get to see you. I haven't been in chat quite as much, so I meant to ask, is the whole family going? I got you, Shem. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay, so we did that. Bam, bam, bam. Now we're going to gain our income. First thing we're going to do is we can turn in a gold to bump a track. I don't have any gold. I have nothing, so we can't do that. I will gain a coin here, which is great. Our mathematics, I'm going to get a white die and get 2 more coins. We're kind of getting a lot of white dice here, which is not great, but I think we're going to have to. And then our physics track here, we're going to get 2 colored workers. I think I'm going to get blue, and yellow. Boom. And then our astronomy track means we're going to draw out 4 dice. How many do I die? Oh, God, a lot in here. Oh, man. I'm going to draw all white die again. I know it. Oh. Come on. Give me one of my colored die. No. Gosh. I have colored dice in here, I promise. Of course, the last 2 are my red and my yellow. Awesome. Okay. And then these are all these white dice are going to come back in here. Awesome. And then those will go away. Okay. All right. All right, let's see what they're going to do. 2. And they are going to put they're going to retire some money. They're going to put a gold on the leftmost neutral translator, which means you're going away. These are all going to go away. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah, we were trying to keep that one from retiring for as long as we could. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Okay. And now they're going to check and see if there's 3 scrolls in here. There are, which means they're going to translate a scroll. They're going to translate a Sanskrit. No, that's the one I wanted. Dang it. All right, they're going to translate this scroll because they're on Sanskrit. We do have a Sanskrit scroll here. And that's going to go boop, boop, right up to there. And then they're going to put out 2 gold. Who here speaks Sanskrit? Ooh, the first person who speaks Sanskrit is me, baby. Ooh. And then no one else speaks Sanskrit, so then they will go boom to here, to their person. Oh, which is a bummer, because then they're going to retire this one, too. Ooh, all the retirements. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, okay. Cool, awesome, Dave Phillips. I'm excited to see you, brother. Okay, so oof, 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 bananas. Oof, 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 bananas. Yeah, oof. Okay, well. Ooh, there's a lot less translators now. And 2 of mine are also close to retiring, which makes me think we should probably get a translator. We have some money, so we can put them down. So let's go there. Who do we want? So we're about to lose. Ooh, I would like Sanskrit. Oh, man, we're kind of in this weird, tough spot where the only person who speaks Sanskrit is her, but the other language she speaks is Hebrew, and there's no one else in the hall here who speaks Hebrew, which means I don't know if we do want that. And the other Chinese one is also Chinese to Hebrew. Okay, then I'm going to put out a Hebrew speaker because it's seemingly like we're going to need a lot of Hebrew translation. So I'm going to get her, blam, hello friend. And then where do we want to guard with this? Man, yeah, this is tough. I don't really know. We can go like here. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's go here. I can get another worker. Oh, it's 4 though. Oh, that would be all my money. I don't think I want to do that. Let's go here. We'll just get a worker. It'll cost us 1 coin. Let's get a red one. That way we can make colors if we need to. Okay, and she is our friend. Boom. Okay, let's see what they do. We could rest. Ooh, 3 blues, which means they are going to rest next turn. They're not going to move forward on this. They're going to check to see if there's 7 translators. There are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are not, so they're going to employ another translator. Right now, okay, this is actually kind of nice. They're going to employ this Sanskrit translator because there are no duplicates of her. Boom, which is nice because we were thinking about putting her in here, and we just got a Hebrew to Persian one, so this is actually good, kind of good for us. Okay, and their target sum is 2, so they are going to go here because there's no 2s, which means they will push up to 3 and check, and there's 3 and 3, and they'll go to the rightmost one, which means they're going to be easy to retire, which is a bummer because, yeah, that's a bummer. Okay. So, what do we want to do now? Love how this game plays. Yeah, and the solo is very smooth too. It's quite smooth. I feel like this one, at least for me personally, is a little easier to run than Wayfarers, although Wayfarers wasn't too bad at all. But this one just kind of like boom, 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 boom. Okay, cool. Boom, boom, go. Okay, now what do I want to do? I feel like I should deliver a scroll, except for I need another buck to do so. I could play this one and therefore get another buck. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this, because then we can do this and deliver. It's going to gain us a white die later, which I think is going to start biting us pretty hard if it hasn't technically already. Okay, and then what do we want to deliver? Ooh, if we could... Ooh. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just pop right here. Oh, no. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and make this a 6. Actually, let's pop down here. And we're going to deliver this Chinese scroll. And then hopefully what we can do is go bam, 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 and use all of our translators to, or mostly our translators to translate that. So we're gonna move this scroll up here to orange. It's gonna cost us 4. We're gonna get a gold first, and then 2 influence here. One of the main reasons I want to do that is because that means we are leading in orange. And a Caliph card, I think, is guaranteed to come up right now, which means we're going to have 2 of our markers on that Caliph card, which is great. And we'll still have control of that. And I'll get a bump up here. Ooh, I get to draw a die. Ooh. Bet you it will be a white die. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just spent the entire time on here. I did stuff, I promise. I moved around here. I moved this one over here. And I got stuff. That's what we're doing. Sorry, fam. When I'm alone, sometimes I forget to change the camera back. Hey, I got one of my colored dies. Have you decided which is your favorite yet? My heart tells me Scholars, between Wayfarers and Scholars right now, although I have a hunch that's going to switch back. I'm really hot on both of them. They're very, very, very different games. Just like the West Kingdom, wrong marker again. You know what, Shem? You know what, Shem? I don't need your sass. I don't need your sass. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, hold on. I did that. I don't need your sass, Shem. The classic New Zealand sass. No, you're right. Okay. I'm about to say, this also could be a Caliph card at this point. Okay, now we're good. Sorry about that. I don't know why I keep moving that one. That's so weird. When Mike's not here, I'm just, it's much harder. Because one, I'm playing this, I'm running a solo, trying to pay attention to the stream and chat. You forget like how much easier it is when there's two of you. Because when Mike's going, I can be talking to you. It's much, much easier. Okay. My mind. Okay. So now they are going to rest because they have, keep me honest, Shem, I want to cheat. Let me cheat. So they have 3 blue cards, which means they are going to be resting. So we're going to reveal the bottom card. I think this has to be a Caliph card. Yes. Boom. So this is going to come up here. So now, when it comes to a Caliph card, they are going to be, let me double check. I can't remember. It depends on the majority if it's blue or red. Okay, yeah. So if it's blue, they will take the highest amount, which means they will go boom. So they're going to be getting 3 points. If it was red, they would take the lowest amount and get a translator. But they didn't. So live streaming solos and stuff, yeah, it's rough. I mean, we're pretty used to it, but particularly with this one, which is more of a robust solo, it's also the first time I'm playing it. So yeah, it gets, yeah. Is Wayfarers more replayable, you think? No, not really. Wayfarers is just more open. Like, it's just, this game is more linear. Like, you're doing this to do this, to do this, to do this, to do this. Wayfarers is kind of like, do whatever you want. Like, grab, go get star cards. Go do this, go do that. It's like, I don't think either one's necessarily more replayable. And honestly, replayability, in my opinion, isn't nearly as big of an issue as people make it out to be. Most people play games way, 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 way less than they think they do. The vast, vast majority of people have played most of their games less than 10 times. So to me, like a game that's like infinite replayable isn't actually that much of an issue because most people don't play their games enough times to need like infinite replayability. And for my money, if I can get 10 plays out of a game, that's great. That's great value. I'm expecting a heavy war theme in Game 3 of the trilogy. Yeah, it's going to be intense. What was it going on? Okay, it's Caliph. So now it's going to be me. I'm going to win both of these, which I'm going to get a purple die, and I can... Oh, man, do I want to retire a translator? You guys can see my scar. I think my big old scar on my head. I get a purple die, which is great. Not that it'll come out. It won't. And then I can either get a gold or retire a translator. If I retire a translator, I have to get another white die, which I think is a bad idea, but you better believe we're going to do it, because God, I want to retire a translator immediately. And I think I'm going to retire her, because she's going to give us a +2. So what we're going to do is we're going to put her under here, which means we always have +2 when it comes to this, which is actually really useful because this is one where if you have a higher amount, it's actually pretty darn useful. Yeah. War inventors of the South Tigris. They're just in there like shooting Tommy guns. Yeah. But ultimately, it's like the constant question, and I'm sure Shem gets tired of this question. It's like, which one's the best West Kingdom game? And I'm like, or people constantly ask you to compare them, and I'm like, they're wildly different games. Like, watch our latest M3 where we played the Tome Saga. It's like, they're not even remotely similar games. You know, it's like saying, compare, you know, Lacrimosa and Codenames. Just like, they're not similar. They're very different, you know? Which is one thing I like about it. I love the fact that all these games are themed similarly in terms of like the universe, but are not similar at all. I think that's really cool, but it just means because they're all in the same world, people get that comparison envy going, and it's like, which one do you like better? And I'm like, especially this, like, immediately people are like, Scholars of Wayfarers, and I'm like, they're both very new. I don't know. I'm very hot on Scholars right now, but we also played Wayfarers very recently, and I'm like, that's very good. And if it would be nice to our West, I'll have both of them. So if you want to play it, we probably can. I love them both very much. Okay, so that was a Caliph card. How did that happen? Oh, it's because they're resting. We're in the middle of all this. Okay, so now they had a majority blue, so they're going to push this back over to the 0 spot, which is not good for me because I definitely have a ton of white dice. And then they will influence a card. They are going to influence a Sanskrit card. After that, they're going to influence a Greek card, which means they're going to influence, boom, that one. Okay, and that's it. Their rests are pretty darn easy, I will say. Pretty darn easy. So I think you're right about replayability. Yeah, shout out to Danny. Danny Quash. Because he was the first one I ever heard like talk about that, basically saying like replayability is not nearly as big a deal as people give it out to be. Like again, like if you have 10 board games total and you only play those games, sure, replayability is everything, right? But the vast majority of people who are watching board game content, not talking about the board gamers as a whole, I'm talking about people who are watching board game content who are usually asking that question of replayability. Those people, because like to get to the point where you're watching this solo live playthrough, you have to be pretty deep into the hobby. You didn't just stumble here. I wish more people did stumble here. Our channel would be bigger. But it's like, to get to this point, you have to be pretty deep into the hobby. And people who are this deep into the hobby usually have a lot of games. Not necessarily like hundreds and hundreds of games, but you probably have at least, I would say usually at least 50. And once you get to that 50 game mark, replayability just doesn't matter as much. It just doesn't. Like it just, you're not playing, you think you play games more than you do. Like you really do. A lot of times you're like, oh, I've played this game so much. It's like, you've probably played that game like 4 or 5 times. That's just, it's true, you know? It's like, and so it's one of those things where like, people constantly ask that, like replayability. I'm like, replayability is not nearly, I'm not saying it's not important. Like, I don't want a game to feel exactly the same. But like, honestly, if I can get 5 to 10 plays out of it, to me, that's worth it. If the game was $50 and I got 5 plays out of an hour of it, to me, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like, that's a fine value in my opinion. Because then I can, especially because games, you can just pass on to someone else and they can eat it. It's not like food where once you eat it, it's gone. It's like, I can just give that to someone else or sell it or something like that. So it's like, there's so much more you can do with it after that. So replayability is more important for designers. We have to play our games hundreds of times. It would suck to be sick of it by the time it comes out at conventions. That is a very good point. For designers, that would be, if I was designing a game, I would probably try to make it as replayable as possible for that exact reason. And don't get me wrong, like, if you can make your game have more replayability, of course do so. Like, that's something that you should do. I just don't think it's nearly as important as people give it a credit for. People are just like, it's everything. I'm like, it's not. Most people don't play their games very much. They just don't. So what you're saying is Scholars is basically codenames to Wayfarers, exactly like Akramosa. You heard it here, folks. Thank you, David Phillips. You always keep me honest. Okay, what am I doing now? My gosh. Also, I play a lot slower when we're streaming. We're like almost 2 hours into the stream. So coin/mathematics track seems more important in solo with playing user chat. Yeah, I mean, getting lots of coins, I think is gonna, I mean, for me at least, every time I'm always like, oh, this track is like way more important than other, because I'm always like, oh man, the green track's so good because you get to bump other tracks. But my thing, one thing I like about the game is pretty much every time I've played it, I've like tried to go up a different track, and it's always been very, like, I would love to go up the philosophy track so I can start getting rid of these white dice. Maybe I should go up the philosophy track, try to get rid of some of these white dice. Oh, but I also want to, Oh, I need gold, though. I need gold. How should I get gold? Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, that's interesting. I would like to translate this scroll using my people for the most part, but I would need more gold to do so. And that would give me this blue worker. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think, so let's go here, and we're going to dismiss another translator. We're going to dismiss them. We can get rid of two workers to get 2 gold. I am going to get rid of this white worker and this yellow worker just because I have a yellow die. Okay, and we're going to get 2 gold. All right, let's see what they do. Ugh. Are there 5 translators? There are 6. There are. So they're going to influence a guild. They're going to influence a guild that they are not in. Well, they'll influence a guild that's completely empty. There are none. So now they're going to influence a guild that they're not in, which is going to be orange or blue, orange or green. They move up, so they're going to influence green. Boom. Okay, and then they're going to put a gold onto the leftmost neutral translator, Bloom, which is them. All right. I kind of stumbled away here. Found you guys on the back of a cereal box. Yeah. What's your favorite pure solo game? Like, Emil, do you mean a game that's only soloable or a game that you can play solo but isn't necessarily? Pure solo to me seems like it's only soloable. In which case, I don't know. I don't really play many solo-only games. Most of the games I play solo, you can play multiplayer. I just enjoy them solo. If we're going off pure just solo on its own, I'd probably say Onirim. Okay, now it's me. So now I think I am going to translate a scroll. Okay, we are going to put these down. Boom. And again, any white die I put here is 1 player. Yeah, probably Onirim. I don't play that many solo-only games. I'm trying to think if there's anyone that's like a solo game. I honestly, Mike has been playing his way through Legacy of You, so I'm waiting for him to be done so that I can play Legacy of You. I have a hunch that will be my favorite, but I haven't played it yet. Probably Onirim right now, I'd say. Yeah, we don't really have very many solo-only games. So this is now a red die, this white die, and which means red and yellow means we have orange, which is great. And we're going to translate this Chinese. We're getting a lot of Chinese scrolls here. And because we translated an orange scroll, we're going to get this blue worker, which is great. Okay, and then we're going to go from Chinese to Arabic. So we're going to use you to go Chinese to Hebrew. And then we're going to use you to go Hebrew to Persian. And then I am going to have to use one of their translators, boom, to go from Persian to Arabic. So that's great because I had to use 2 of mine. We're going to get to retire you, which is interesting. Okay, so boom, you're done. I'm immediately going to get a bump up the nature track, blam, for doing so, plus I get another bump, actually, boom, because I translated this, which means you always get the thing on the bottom, plus this one gives me another one. So I got 2 bumps, which means I actually get another one in the green here, which is actually great, because the next Caliph card would kick me out of there, but it's not anymore. Okay, that's actually great. Double bump on green is awesome. Oh, that's it. I'm sorry, I lied. I forgot. I was like, there's a solo game I've been playing more often recently. Black Sonata. Black Sonata is by far my favorite solo game. Sorry, that's the one. I was like, there's a solo game I've been playing more often recently. What is it? Black Sonata is that answer. Black Sonata is so good. So good. Okay, that's great. And then now we have 2 Chinese scrolls done, which is pretty good. And this one gives us an extra point for every Chinese scroll we have, which is 2. Oh, and we've gone 1, 2, 3 stops up here, which means we get this green die into our bag. Oh, that was a very good turn, Nick. And then boom, now we have another action card. Oh, that's great. Ooh. That's awesome. That was a good turn. Good turn there. That was a good turn there, boy. Oh, you're good, Grom. Oh, the middle part's harvest a green track. Boo. Boo. Oh, yeah, you're right. Boo. Boo. Everyone boo Shem and Chad. He didn't let me cheat. I was like, man, a double bump, that seems so nice. It is nice. Okay, so this I don't have quite yet. Almost there. Harvest a green track, though, which means I get to bump a primary track, though. Ooh. Do I want to bump yellow, blue, or red? Oh, man. Oh, I don't know. None of them would get me to another income space. Oh, man, tough, tough, tough. Let's go here. I'm going to get a gold, and I'll take a gold off of you. It's one of my own people. I would like to take it off of one of theirs, but I don't have a coin to give up to do so, which is a bummer, because I actually would like to do that. So we're going to do that one then. Boom. You have retired, good sir. Thank you for you. Actually, I used him quite a bit. So now this is one where I can get a gold. I can use a gold to bump a primary track. Where would I like to do that? Let's go ahead and do it underneath employ. It's about Shakespeare? Kind of. Okay. That was me. Whew, that was a lot. Dang, we were so close to having such a cool turn. Okay, what are they going to do? Ooh, so they're going to move twice here. Then, are there 6 translators? There are only 5 translators, which means they're going to employ a translator, because we just got rid of the 5th one. So they're going to get this translator up here, because there's not a duplicate. Boom, and they're going to put it in the first 3 room, which is actually going to be all the way over here, which is actually good, because that means they will take a while to get there. And it's another translator that can go to Arabic, which is very useful. Okay. Blam, 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 blam. Okay, boom. Me, I'm going to have to rest because I have no dice. So we're going to get another scroll in the bottom here. This is going to move 2. Boom, boom. This will go here. And then you will go there. Okay, let's move that. Okay. All right, now we're going to gain our income. We're going to gain our chemistry track, which is right here, which is going to give us a gold. Great. We're going to have to get a white die. Hilarious. We're going to get a coin. We're going to harvest our mathematics track, which is going to be 2 colored workers. Let's get a yellow and a red. No, let's get a yellow and a yellow, actually. Because, again, I can make a thing red here. So reds are slightly easier for me to get. Then we do our mathematics track, which can get another white die to get 2 coins. I don't think I'm gonna. I have so many white dice. Oh, my gosh. There's so many in there. I don't think I'm going to do that one. Then we would get our astronomy track, which means we draw out 4. I haven't played Under Falling Skies yet, and we have Nemo's War, but we haven't played it yet. Ooh, I got 2 of my good dice at least. 1 more. Okay. All right, we got a red die and a purple die. Ooh, that's nice. All right, then you are coming back in here. Go away. Okay, let's see what they're going to do. They could rest after this. Okay, no, they have a blue. So we're going to go. So they are going to influence the Orange Guild. Oh, they're creeping up on me. Get out of here. Okay. Okay, and then they're going to see, are there 3 scrolls in here? There are. So they're going to translate a scroll. They're going to translate a Sanskrit scroll. There are none. So the next one they can translate is Greek, which is actually one they have their own influence on, which is great because it gets it out of there. So they're going to translate this Greek scroll. Okay. So they're going to get this one. They're doing a real even mix of scrolls. Look at this, a real even mix. They haven't doubled up on anything, I don't believe. And they're going to place gold. They're going to place 2 gold out on their own that speak Greek. This gentleman speaks Greek. And then no one else speaks Greek. That's the only, oh wow, and they're about to leave too. All right, so then no one else speaks Greek, so they'll put one, boom. Oh, they're going to retire 2 more right now. Wow. Okay. Well, that's how it goes. Dang, okay. So then, boom. Okay, so they're going to retire her right away. Boom, she didn't even get to translate anything. Actually, this guy also didn't translate anything, I don't think. Or maybe he did. Boom. Oh, they have a lot. They're getting so many retired translators. Holy crap. Boom. Okay. Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Alrighty then. So I kind of want to bump some tracks. What do I want to bump though? I would really like to bump the purple track. Ooh. Ooh, interesting. Oh, oh yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, we're gonna go here. Let's not do that one. Let's do this one. We're gonna bump the purple track. Bam. Hold on. Maybe we don't want to do that because I just realized, oh no, let's do this. Let's do this instead. Let's translate. Let's translate. We'll use this purple die, and we're going to translate this Syriac scroll just because there's only one. This can go Syriac to Arabic, boom, straight up. We'll have to pay them a coin to do so. But we can just straight up go bam, get rid of it. We're going to get a bump up the purple track anyway, and we can employ a translator or retire a Greek the Syriac translator, which means, ooh, what does that mean? Oh man, this is one where if we do this action, we can gain a red die or a red worker? What? Oh, that's wild. Oh man, that's crazy. That's cool. But again, we'd have to gain a white die to do so. And I just don't know if that's smart. Especially considering we just have like no translators down there. So I can either hire him, but he goes Syriac to Arabic. We literally already have this guy in here. So let's just let's get him. We're playing a white die kind of game here, fam. Okay, so now the only open space is here. I can put them here. I can't quite remember. If we put a second one down, is it you have to pay? I know you have to pay, but I can't remember exactly how much you have to pay. Where is the retiring? Oh, I have to get another white die if I did it. Let's go here. I don't feel like getting another white die. Because the other way is to pay a silver, but I don't have any silver. Which is a bummer. So we're going to go here. That's good, though. Because now all our spots have some kind of bonus to them. And we got a CRX spell, which is not super, hi, baby, worth a lot of points. But I was like, we can do that. And we get that bump up purple anyway. And we get some points out of it, which is great. Okay, so let's see what they're going to do. They could, ooh, no, they're going to get all 5 cards out here. Oh, that's interesting. So they're actually not going to move at all. There are not 7 translators out here, so they're going to employ a translator. They're going to employ a Greek translator, which is probably good. Greek to Persian, all right. And this is going to go into the 2-room, boom, right there. Okay, easy, easy peasy. Okay. Interesting. I kind of want to bump. And you know what? I kind of want to bump now the green track. So let's do this. And we're going to go 5. We have a +2, which means this is 6, 7. Ooh, I'd love to bump it twice, though. So even with this extra, I think I'm going to go here and do... I haven't really been using my workers very much, I feel like. I'm going to do that to make it so I can bump green. And I technically have 13. But I only need 10. So I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to get 2 coins for doing so. And I'm going to go bop, bop. And I'm going to get another one in the green, which is good because I'm kind of securing that green down, which is awesome. And now when we activate this one, I can bump any track, which is always so good. So good. All right. So now, boom. Okay, so they're going to have a blue. They're going to have a 1 movement, so they're going to go boom. Are there 5 scrolls in there? There super aren't. So they are then going to deliver a scroll. Okay. So they're going to deliver a scroll in the same way they would otherwise. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so they're going to try to deliver a Hebrew scroll. There are no Hebrew scrolls, so they're trying to make a Persian scroll. So they'll go around the corner to here, and then they're going to put it into an open spot at the top. And they're going to put it in the purple here because they are just going to keep crushing the purple. Just absolutely no way I'm ever going to get into that purple one right there. Oof. Okay. All right. Well, they delivered a scroll, which is good. That's another scroll in there. Persians are pretty easy to get, but ooh, that one also is an instant retire one, which is very interesting. Okay. So, and then this will come out here. Okay. I think we're close to a Caliph card on the top one, which is getting kind of scurry. Okay, is there anyone up there? Ooh. I'm trying to think. I might rest. I have another die, which means I could do something. But I just don't... No, I'm going to rest. I'm going to go and rest. Slightly early rest, but that's okay. There's a lot of benefit in this game. Where's Mike? Hi, Mike. Dude, what are you doing right now? What are you up? Dude, it's like late, man. It's like 8 o'clock there. What are you doing? Mike is in England right now. Say hi to England Mike. British Mike. What are you doing? What'd you do today? Okay, so I am going to rest. So we're going to draw a card here. Okay, so this is going to go 1. So it's only going to go here. This will go right there. And then blam. Okay, interesting. Oh, yeah, thank you. Ooh, and I have this. Nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we did that. Blam. Now we're going to get our income. So we're going to go here so we can bump any track we please, which is interesting. What one do we want? The only other one that can give us an extra income right now. Oh, I didn't do my red, so I'm not even getting this one right now. Okay, is there anything else I would like to get then? I really should start getting up this, but I just haven't done it at all. I just haven't done it at all. I'm going to go orange. We'll get another influence in orange here, which will be good because that will keep my control of that guild, which is great. Okay. We'll get our mathematics one, which is going to be 3 coins. Finally got up to that 3 coin spot. Man, I've been needing that. I want to get up this 2 gold spot, frankly. We'll get a white worker. We'll get our, and then now we'll get to draw 5. So we have 1, and, oh God, I have so many dice in here, and so many of them, oh, so many white dice, oh my gosh. Dude, partying, aka getting ready to give my daughter a bath. And today has been awesome. Did the London Eye and the Tower of London, which was super cool. Very fun stuff indeed. Rad, dude. That's rad. How's Logan doing? She hanging in there good? Has she been sleeping? Does she have, like, I guess she does have a sleep schedule, but I feel like a baby would be easier to acclimate them because they kind of sleep at different times anyway. Okay, and then these are going to go back in. Get out of here. I hate you. And then, boom. Okay. All right, and actually, ooh, they're also going to rest. I forgot. So they're also going to rest. So we're going to reveal another bottom scroll card. Oh, we're going to start getting, yeah, we're going to get a bunch of Caliph cards here, I think, back to back to back. Okay, so we're doing this one, which means every starting translator that is still out gets a gold. I don't think any starting, with the exception of you, I think you're the only starting translator that gets a gold. Boom. And then anyone's retired starting translators, which is going to be them, they're going to get a silver rather, for each one, which means they're just going to push up this. 1, 2, 3. Oof. And now they're going to place a gold on the leftmost gentle person, which is you, sir. Okay. Okay. And they have a majority blue, which means they are going to pick the highest. So they're getting all the points ones. And then I'm glad I did that. I'm going to get boom and boom. Interesting. So I will get, and then they're going to get a coin and then a gold. So they're going to put a gold, they're going to put a gold here, and then they're going to get a coin. So basically their denial, you can see, is right here on their board. If they get denied, if they don't win the guild, they will either get a coin for the worker one, or for the gold one, they'll put a gold out. And we'll get 3 silver, yeah. I do believe I'll give that to them. Oof, okay. That's interesting. They're actually going to retire them. Wow, I thought it was going to take long for them to retire them. I guess not. Bye. That's another one over there. Okay, and then I will get a green die to my bag, and then I can either get a gold or retire another person. I do not think we're winning the white dice game. So I can retire one of those 2, which means I can, oh, that's interesting. I can turn a worker to bump the astronomy track, or turn a worker to bump the chemistry track. That is interesting. Let's do it. White dice for the win. Okay. Ooh, and where should we put you? Let's go here. It's going to cost us a silver. But now, when we go here to bump tracks, we can bump another track. Worth it. It's been rough with Logan's sleep. She's done great otherwise, but yeah, she was up from like 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. last night, which means yeah, that's rough, dude. That's mega rough. Okay, so that was the Caliph card. And now they are going to move this here. Yeah, we're definitely not winning this fight either, I don't think. And And then they're going to immediately retire this person. Boom. Because they had all 5 cards out. So they're going to immediately retire. The first time that's happened. Boom. Okay, and that's it for them. All right, fam, we're getting closer. I mean, we kind of haven't, I think the Caleb cards are kind of bunched up in the middle there because I feel like we should be hitting another one like very soon. Is Nick going to lose horribly, Mikey? I don't know. They have not gotten that many translation scrolls, but they have a lot of retired translators, which I think they generally do. But we'll see. But again, kind of like AIs, it's like there's certain areas where like I'm going to be getting points that they're not going to be getting points. So like, I don't know. I'm feeling okay. I am playing on like not the easiest difficulty, but the second difficulty. Okay, here. Is there anything I would like to like, I feel like I should get I need gold. I have no gold. Ooh, interesting. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. We're going to go here. We're going to put this red down and put a red worker on it, which makes it a 6. And then we have a +2 here, which makes it an 8. And I have this right here. I'm going to turn this white worker here to bump our chemistry track, bam, which is going to get us up to that 2 gold spot, which is great. And then this is going to bump this one up for no gold, but it's going to give us 2 workers. I think I'm going to have to deliver a scroll to get some gold. And I also have a ton of money now. So we probably should do that. And the AI might be slightly ahead, but it's close. Those final 2 caliphs and guild majorities will be a big decider. Yeah, and I have these 2 guilds, the more expensive guilds. So we'll see. They're not going to do very good for their scroll scoring, but I've also not done a ton of scrolls. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting one. Okay. That was me. I did that. I didn't have to pay gold. We're good. Okay, let's see what they do. Are there 3 scrolls? There are. They're going to translate one of those scrolls, and they're going to translate a Hebrew scroll, so they're just going to do this one straight up. Ooh, they're going to retire my translator. Interesting. So they're going to do this one right here, which is blam. And then they're going to put out 1 gold. Do they have anybody that speaks Hebrew? They don't, but I do. Boom. Thank you for the coin. What's up, Meet Your Meeple? It's going good. So the AI Garfield Games plays pretty hard. Yeah, I'm not expecting to win, but it's going okay. It's going okay, but I'm not expecting to win. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so now they're actually going to translate. They're going to translate. They're going to retire my translator, which is kind of good. Ooh, so this is one where I can turn in a worker to bump green. Ooh. Where would I want to do that? Let's go down here. We'll turn in a silver to do that. Man, because my thing is, one of my thoughts is one of the ways to get points where the AI will not get points is here. So I'm kind of trying to think like, okay, can I bump that frump? You know what I'm saying? The problem is there is just no one down here, which is probably not a good thing. Although a 2 spot opened up here, and I should probably do that. So let's deliver. 11 all these retirees. I know they did. I've never retired this many. I've never retired this many. So hire a translator in the leftmost room. Be the bump the top of the red track into a free dismiss. Okay, hold on. Hiring a translator into the left room, yeah, would give the gold to be able to bump the top of the red track into a free dismiss. Yeah, what does the dismiss mean? I can dismiss a card? Oh, dispatch a translator. Ooh, that's interesting. I might do that. Yeah, that's interesting. I might do that. I think I'm going to deliver first because I just want to deliver before they can because I want to make sure I'm keeping... I have the money and I want to make sure I'm keeping Orange Guild under my control. So what scroll do I... There's like no translators too. So we could essentially go... I should put out a Greek or a Persian scroll. But that's it, because we have Greek to Persian, Persian to Arabic. Or I guess Sanskrit. But either of these could go away too. Okay, so let's do hum, him, hum, hoo, ha. Let's do this one. And how much do I want to move? Do I want to do... So to do Greek, I would have to get all the way back around. So I think we're going to do Persian. So let's go... Oh, that'd be an astronomy bump, though. I don't really care about an astronomy bump because I just haven't really done it, but let's just do it anyway. So it's going to be... I would need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just go ahead and put this 4 down. And I can gain a red die or a red worker. I think I was going to gain a red worker just because, like, me gaining a red die, I just don't think is going to matter considering how many white dice I have in there. But that's pretty darn sweet, though. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to deliver this Persian scroll right here. It's going to cost me $4. Boom. And then we're going to get a gold for that. And we're going to put 2 more into orange. And really make sure we're keeping that orange. I would love to get more in green and just really hold on to those. That's an extra 5 points at the end of the game, which sounds very good. Okay, that's me. Move. Let's see here. Caliph? Oh, no. Wow. Okay. Well, I think we're going to go bop with that last Caliph cards. Ooh, another blue. So moving 1. Okay. Are there 5 scrolls? There are not 5 scrolls, so they're also going to deliver a scroll. Okay. So they're also going to try and deliver a Persian scroll. There is not a Persian scroll, so they're going to do a Syriac scroll. So we're going to go all the way around to here to do this Syriac scroll. And then they will put it into the highest row, which is going to be here, and their color focus is going to break the tie, so they're going to go here, which means they're going to put 1. Ooh, I'm glad I just did that orange too, because they're going to put 1 more in there. Blam. Oof, yeah. Oof, bananas. Oh, and there's a Caliph card. Okay. So, there is one of her, there is one of him, there is not one of him. So you're going to go in, and then when this happens, which spot do you go into? I don't remember. Oh, leftmost, okay. That's kind of what I figured, but boom. All right, so that's another translator for them. But I guess we now have another to translate. Thank you. Ooh, I get an influence scroll. Is there any one of these I really want to do? Let's do this one. I would like to probably do that one. Ooh, but I don't know if I care about that bump. Nah, let's do this one. Bam. Okay. They have a majority of blue, so they are going to, yet again, take the top spot, which means I am yet again going to get these 2 bottom spots. Which is going to get me an orange die. And should I just keep... Again, we have so many white die. I do not like... We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total. I think I'm just going to keep getting them because I think there's no way I'm not going to get the penalty for that. So let's retire someone else. So we can either do the Syriac gentleman or the Persian woman here. They're both the same point value. I don't know. Let's do this one. I might actually use this one. I don't know how useful this will be, but we'll see. And let's go right here, because I might actually be able to use that ability when I am translating, but that's a good amount of those. Okay, so now we still need to put one out here. That's it. That could be another Caliph card. We only have 2 scrolls left, which means we are getting close here, fam. Okay, that was them. They just delivered a scroll. They just did the thing, bling, 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 dab. On to me. Okay, I'm starting to feel like we do not have a lot of time. So I probably want to translate. Man, I really want to get this guy out of there, but I think we're going to translate. Let's do you. Yeah, and we're going to do, we can make any white die here red. So we're just going to go, boom, that's a red. And then we'll do this and make this one a blue to make a purple die. And upon doing that, we will have this one. We are going to have to pay them a coin. We're actually going to end up paying them 2 coins because we're going to use their translator. So it's going to be boom. Oh no, they're going to take the green from me. No. Ah, I must get this back. Dang it, that's not good. That's not good. That's 3 points. That's really, 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 really bad. That is not good. Oh, no. Darn. All right, that's fine, though. Whatever. That's what it is. I wanted that one. Wait, no. Wait. Wait. I put that one there. Why did I grab one of theirs? No, because I said I want... No, give me that back. Give me that back. Give me all this back. I grabbed one of theirs. I put that because I was going to put it on this one, and I decided to put it on this one. But that's mine. Silly Nick. Oh, my gosh. Okay. I'm going to get another bump here. Boom, I get to draw 2 dice. Oh, yeah, you're right. Hold on. So gold will go here. Oh, they do get the green anyway. Oh, well, so they should be here. Boom. Keep all that the same. Ooh, I got my orange die. Nice. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so now we're translating this one. I am going to use their one here. I already turned in the coin for that, which means they're going to retire, but Persian to Arabic, boom, I got my bump there. And then I can retire another translator, which I think I might. The problem is we have no one who speaks Arabic, so should I could bring her, basically I could bring her back out. Which is interesting. Which is interesting. Or I could just retire again. Which we will. Because I'm doing it. Just going for it. I'm going to put them here because I only have 1 coin. Well, you know what? I'll just take a white die. I don't care. I'm not scared of them now. I've accepted my fate. Accepted this fate. It's all those retires, though. It is heavier than Raiders, for sure. What's up, Linnaeus? Okay. Lordy. All right, that was me doing a translation. Ooh, I can turn in 2 workers to get a gold and a silver. Do I want to do that? Actually, I think I am going to... Oh, gosh. I think I am going to do that. Interesting. Okay. All right, what are they going to do? Don't be blue. Okay. They're going to go boop, boop. 2. There are not 6 translators, so they will bring out a translator, and they are going to bring out a Greek translator, but there already is a Greek translator, this gentleman, so they're not going to repeat it if they can. So they're going to swing over and bring out a Hebrew translator. Oh, she retires. Boom, and she is going to go into the first 3 spot, which is right here. Okay. So we have a lot of ways to get to Persian, but we have no way from getting to Persian to Arabic. We really do need her out there again, because we cannot translate anything at this point, which I personally think is hilarious. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. I'd love to retire. Yeah. Silver or white die bag? Yeah, I got a white die for this one. Oh, yeah. It's silver or white die from the bag. Yeah, I got a white die. What I'm trying to decide is, like, should I rest now? Man, we kind of stalled out a little bit on. I kind of want to do one more action. My main worry is that Caliph card's going to come out. I think let's do another action. Let's just put this on here. Should I bring her down? I really should. Yeah, let's employ her. That way we can actually translate a scroll maybe for our last action. I don't know if we will. We might bump tracks instead, but just like, I just feel like we're going to need her. Now I have 2 coins. Ooh, she's not going to be able to retire. So let's go here to get a gold. Okay. Use your recruit action. I did. You sillies? So I can also do this. So I can turn in a gold to bump a primary track, which I think I'm going to go here to get that max. I'm going to do kind of what Sam was saying. I can dismiss someone straight up. Ooh, you know what I would like to do? Let's dismiss you, because that's going to give me a white worker and then a worker color of my choosing. Let's just say, what do I actually want? Let's get a blue worker. No, let's get a yellow worker. No, yeah, let's get a yellow worker. And then I can here turn in a worker to bump the green track Blam, which is great. Okay, so we did that. We got her. We did that one. We did that one. Oof, okay. What are they going to do? Okay, they're going to rest next turn. They're not going to move. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're going to recruit another translator. They're now going to bring in, they're actually going to bring in a Syriac translator, because they would bring in Greek. We already have this Greek translator. Then they would move to Hebrew. They already have Hebrew. Then they'd move to Persian. We already have Persian. So the next one will be Syriac. And then this is going to go in the first 2 spot, which is right here. Okay. Okay, well, I guess now we have options, at least in terms of getting back to places. Okay, ooh. Bump those tracks. Okay, so they didn't rest. I think I'm going to rest, because I really need income, frankly, before I can do what I think is probably going to be my last action. So, is this a Caliph card? It isn't. Oh, so that's the Caliph card. Okay. Oh my gosh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I was pushing this whole thing forward. Okay, so this is going to go right here. There is an open spot, which is kind of a bummer. I kind of wanted to take that spot, but hey. Okay. Wow, I really thought that was going to be a Caliph card. It was not. So the Caliph card is the last card, and they're going to rest next turn. So the next turn, the Caliph card is coming out, which means I have this rest action, and I'm going to get one more turn after this. Oh, we're going to figure out what we want to do. But okay, let's get our income. First, we're going to have mathematics, which is going to be 3. The reason I want to do this is because now I'm going to get gold, I'm going to get stuff, and that means I'm going to have a lot of options for my last action. Okay, and then we're going to get our chemistry track, which is 2 gold. Blam. We're going to get our physics track, which is 2 workers, and I can, take or place a gold. Oh, man. Let's do a red and a blue. And you know what? I think I'm going to place a gold here, because then I can finally retire this gentleman, which will give me an extra 3 points. I am going to have to place them somewhere. Oh, man. Let's place them here just in case I decide I want to do this. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to take 2 white die for that, because there's 2. That's the next one in there. Bonkers. So many dice. So many white dice. And then we're going to get our track. Ooh, that's interesting. so I can influence something. I want to influence green. Is there a way next turn that I can do cool stuff and influence the green track again? That would be great. We'll see. Oh, I'm going to lose the orange track too once this last Caliph card comes out. Although they'll lose the green. Okay, so that's actually going to be a clean, that's going to be an easy transfer. Okay, that's good. Boom, and then I can bump any track. Oh my stars. What track would be useful? This would give me a die. That would give me gold if I bump that track. We should probably bump this, shouldn't we? Oh, we should definitely bump this because then we get another bump and we get to draw a die out. So, methinks I should just bump my chemistry track. Or, now let's do this one. Just in case some crazy shenanigans start happening over here. Because the chemistry track would get rid of white dye or gain a color dye, but I don't think that's going to matter. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. I kind of want to get this one, which is why I bumped this up to 3. I might try and get that scroll. That's what I was kind of thinking for that exact reason. Zach. Okay. Then I'm going to get a white worker. Boom. I'll get my astronomy track plus 1 more, so I'll get to draw 3 dice. Okay, I got my yellow die. I mean, I have plenty of options, so. Okay, fam. This is going to be it. Because now they're going to go. Okay, I feel like I'm playing one of my better games here. Now they're going to go. They are going to rest, which means this Caliph card, boom, is coming out. We are going to bring out this Hebrew translator. Oh, no, we have a Hebrew translator. Who else are we going to bring out? We're going to bring out her. Boom. Okay, so we're bringing out that one. This is really making me hyped. Also just waiting for Wayfarers to get delivered. Did co-op Viscounts and Architects recently? So fun. Oh, cool. I really want to try those ones co-op. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so now they are going to go boom. They have majority blue, so they're going to take the top spot again. I am going to take this one. And then they're going to take this one, and actually both of these are going to swap places, which actually means I'm still coming out on top. I get to choose first, though. What do I want? Do I want another translator and a white die? Yeah, let's get another. Ooh, girl. Yeah, we're going to do it. Don't care. Let's be about it. We're going to get her. And she can take or get a gold. Interesting. Let's put you here. And that's going to get us, we can do this. We'll just turn this. Okay. Woof. Okay, now she's going to rest. She's going to influence she's going to, move this way. Not that it's really going to matter. She is going to influence a scroll card. She's going to influence this one, which I don't think I was going to do anyway. And then she's going to shuffle her. So basically, we're going to finish out this round, this is the end of the round because she was second player. And then we're each going to get one more turn now. Oh, okay. So I got 1 turn left. I feel like I should probably translate a scroll. I'm trying to decide which one. I think the The main benefit one would be this Persian one here, especially because I can use my own person and not even have to use one of theirs, which is great. And I already have an orange die, so let's go ahead and do that. And, oh no, it won't. I was hoping that would actually get me, it won't. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so let's do, I guess it doesn't really matter which one of these I do. Does it? Not really, because I'm not going to rest again. So let's just do this. I mean, I could get another gold. Oh, let's just do this one because I can get another gold, and I'm not going to rest again, so the bottom part won't matter. We'll get a gold. And that will give me a point at the end of the game, so that's actually a good idea to do. Okay, so now we're going to put this orange die down. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So I can turn in 2 workers to get another gold and a coin, which is good. Oh, you know, I'm sorry. I should have got another coin because I lost. No, I'm sorry. I lost this one. So I get another gold, and then they should get a coin. Ugh, sorry. Oh, actually, I get another worker. Gosh, I forgot about the nope abilities, and they're actually going to be here. Okay, sorry. So I did that one, and then I can place or take off a gold, which is interesting. I'm trying to decide, because what I'm thinking about is placing one here, because my thing is if I can get her retired, that would be great, but I would need another gold to put down on her, and I'm trying to think of another way I can do that. I don't think I can. Darn, I don't think I can. Huh. All right, well, we'll do it anyway. I have the gold to spur. Well, no, I shouldn't do that then. Let's take one off of him, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get... I don't think I'm going to be able to get one off. Another one onto her. Okay, so I am then going to translate this scroll with my orange die there. It's going to be Persian to Arabic, pretty darn easy. We'll just go boom for her. And that is mine, so I don't have to pay any extra. I'll get this one. I immediately get an astronomy bump, and then I get a bump. Ooh, I can get a bump on any primary track. I'm going to do blue. 1, because it gives me another point. 2, I can influence a guild. Oh, it's not going to give me the extra one then. Darn. Okay, hold on. Is there any way I can get an extra one right now? I don't think so. Oh, man, if only I could influence once more to take one of those. I don't think I can. So I don't know if I am going to do that extra bump. Oh, no, it does give me to the point. So we'll take it. We'll just take it. Oh, man. Board to play, what's up? Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay. I think that's it then. I believe you still need to pay the extra cost here, but I'm sure Shem can tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, I think that is going to be it for me. Man, I'm so close to being able to take over that orange guild. I don't think I'm going to be able to, which is a bummer, but that's what it is. Okay, so let's see what they're going to do for the last turn. They're not going to move this at all, which is good because they did not get back around, which is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are not 7 translators on this. So they're going to employ a translator. That's what they're going to do. And they're going to employ a Hebrew translator. Nope. Not a Persian. Not Syriac. Not Chinese. Not Sanskrit. And not Greek. Oh, God. All 6 of them are out here, huh? Wow, you're right. Okay, so if there are 6 all out here, they will just do whatever one they were supposed to do, and just in this case is Hebrew, and that's going to go into there. It's just me, Dave Phillips. All right, and that's it. That's all I did. Okay, fam, that is it. That is the game. Oh, my stars. Woo! Okay, let's open up scoring here. Their scoring is pretty darn easy. Let's open up my scoring just to make sure I do. So let's check our dice sum. Their dice sum is going to be 2, which means they have 2 more colored die than white die. Let's see what I got. Well, I think mine... Oh, sorry. Hold on. Boom. I think they win that one. Holy crap, yep. Boom. And then I am boom. And then I do have more than 6 white dice, which means I am going to lose, I think, 2 points, isn't it? If you have more than 6 at the end of the game. I thought so. Where is that written? Oh, yeah, it's on here. That's where it is. I was like, it's on somewhere. Yes. I will lose 3 points. Ooh, that's probably bad. But, hey, we were already there. That's a lot of white dice. Yeah, we kind of went full send with the white dice. Okay, let's go ahead and calculate our score, and then we'll go ahead and do their score. All right, so we're going to do points for retired translators, and this is by far the most translators ever retired. So... we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 13, 16, 18, 21. Shoot, let's go. That's great. I've never had anywhere near that many. Victory points from guilds I control. I control the third one, which is 3. The good thing is the first 2 or 3 total as well, so we're going to have a wash there, which is probably a good thing. And then points on Caliph cards, I have 1, 2, 3, 3. Now, they're getting a lot more than 3 from that, so I got to hope that I can outdo that with this. So now we're getting all of these. So I'm going to get 2 points, 7, 9, nothing, 9, 14, 16. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I probably needed to go up there farther. All right, and then scroll cards. So scroll cards, we have, so this one doesn't have any extra scoring. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go with the one we started with. So it's going to be 3 plus every 2 coins is a gold. So we're going to turn this into a gold, and then every 2 gold is a point. We have 6. That's actually 3. It's actually pretty good. So that's going to be 6 points for that, I guess, minus 3. So it'll only be 3 points. Hey, what are you going to do? So these Chinese scrolls, they're each worth 5, but this one is worth 1 more for every Chinese scroll we have, which is 2. So it'll be 5, 10, 12 for those, which is not bad. The Syrax scroll is just 1, boom. And the Persian scroll is 1, 2, and then 1 for every 3rd spot we reached on this, which I think is all but 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we got 66. I don't remember my score was last time, but I feel like I think last time I did like 20 something. It was horrible. So we'll see. I don't know. 66 is interesting. Okay, so 66, and let's figure out them. So they're going to get 2 points because they won the dice sum game. And then retired translators, it's going to be a lot. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Wow, 17. Okay. Wow, I think I did better than them in that. Wow, I really thought I was going to get crushed there, but I did not. So plus 17. Okay. From guilds they control, they're also going to get 3. So again, that one was a wash, which is not horrible. And then Caliph cards, they're going to get 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. That is not great. Ooh, fam, I'm starting to feel okay about this. All right, and now they're going to gain points from their scrolls up here. So again, each one scrolls differently. Each one scores differently. So every Chinese scroll they have, of which they only have 1, is going to be 7. Sanskrit scrolls are each going to be worth a point for every 2 retired translators. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's only worth 4. Not horrible. Oof. I'm getting nervous. This is for every translated scroll they have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 for this Greek scroll. Oh man, it's going to be close, fam. These Hebrew scrolls are going to be for every research marker they down here. I'm glad they didn't quite get around to get that 6th one down, but it's going to be 5, so that's going to be another 10. Oh, it's going to be so close. And then that is for every... Oh no, I think they're going to win. Oh no. Persian is for neutral translators still in rooms, of which there is a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they're going to win. Barely. Because this one is worth 6. Dang it. They barely won. And that's it, because they didn't have any Syriac spells. They got 68. They won by 2 points. Oh, man, I really thought I was going to win. Dang. Oh, man, I really thought I was going to do it. Man, it goes to show I was so close to taking this guild back. So close to taking that guild back. You know, the funny thing is, no, that would have been, I still should have retired that translator. Oh, man. I still think I played my last turn correctly. But, man, I was so close to taking that guild back. I wish I could have, oh, man. Because I was able to bump to here, which got me tied there. But you only take control once you have more than them. If you're tied, they're still... The 2, yeah, the 3 victory points from the dice did it. Yeah, it was... dang, we're so close. Well, and also, one of the main things is I could have had this. But there wasn't a way for me to get a 3rd one. If I could have gotten a 3rd gold here, I could have retired her, which would have given me an extra 3 points, which would have made me won by 1. Oh, man. Any points hidden in couch cushions? I wish. That is such a bummer. Oh, man, I was so close. Dang. Wow, close game. That's cool. That works really well, Shem and Sam. That works really well. And again, once you get going, their turns are smooth. Really smooth. I feel like their turns are like the smoothest of y'all's games that I've played. I feel like there was just like, oh, cool, boom, done, good. I'm going on to my turn. Because at least personally, solo games, I want to be able to do their thing quickly and then go right back to my turn. I want to be able to focus on what I'm doing. Man, it said if I have the number of dice up to the limit and I have to draw more during a turn, can I draw or not? It depends. If you're just drawing from something like this, where it's just the bag, yes, you do just draw out of your bag. But if you're doing like an astronomy thing where you're drawing like up to, if you're drawing like up to, then no. But I think if I'm wording that correctly. But yes, generally you can have more than your limit during your turn. Got him. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. That was so close. Oh, that was so close. I was trying to think. Is there any 2 points I missed? 3 points I missed anywhere? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller? Dang. So close to being able to do it. Wow. Well, that is it, fam. That is Scholars of the South Tigris solo. It's super fun. I really like it. Yeah, I really, really like it. Their thing is interesting. Also because when they're like translating scrolls, they're also, it really does feel like other people are using your translators. Like there was a couple times where I was able to translate, I was able to retire translators pretty easily because they had put them on there, which is really nice and really cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Dang. All right, fam. Hey, thanks, James, so much. Darn, great job. Thanks for the, I'll buy a cup of coffee with that little consolation. How long was the playthrough? 2 hours after teach. But again, this was also my first playthrough. So, and I was also streaming. And I play a lot slower when I'm streaming. I would probably say, once you know it, it'd probably be an hour and a half, maybe, or so. Yeah, but a good, juicy solo. Yeah. Yes, it would be 69 minutes off camera. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, we're so close. Oh, stars. Man, what fun. Okay, fam, we're going to get out of here. I love you all to death again. Big shout out to Garfield Games for sponsoring a bunch of content, a bunch of Scholars content specifically, which has been super cool and super fun because Mike and I love their games. And it's been a blast playing Scholars a whole bunch here. And yeah, so we'll see you all later. Again, tomorrow I'm heading out to Die Star West. If you're going to be there, please say hi. I'll have Scholars with me if you want to play it. Yeah, I love you all to death. Check out the rest of our channel, and we will see you all a bit later. Bye, everybody.